speaking of, like, weird stuff and that, I've got a new...
Well, we weren't, but go on.
No, I've got a new book. Do you know I had that Freaks book? Top 50 Freaks. Got a new one sent to me.
Really?
Yeah, and do you know, like, everything normally has a name. So, like, if it's the two-headed fella, you know, they're all nicknames like that, aren't they?
They've got 2 nicknames, I imagine.
But this new book I've got, right, on the cover of this one, it's got, like, a woman with 3 breasts, right? And she's called the three-breasted woman, as you'd expect. The one face.
Why is she posing nude, though? That's what I want to know.
Tart.
Well, she looks happy. And there was a fella with, like, one face but 2 bodies.
Doing one face but 2 bodies.
One face, 2 bodies.
What do you mean one face, 2 bodies?
Surely one head, 2 bodies.
Ed as well, but it was mainly the face that was weird because he looked fed up.
What are you talking about? How
What
can
are you
have
talking
a face
about?
without a head?
How can you have... What do you mean? How did it join to the neck?
No, it did have a head, but the fact is, it was weird that it had one face to me.
What do you mean?
Well,
if you've got one head, you'd have one face.
Yeah, I know, but it was the fact that he had one face and 2 bodies that I didn't think...
But why do you keep saying one face and 2 bodies as opposed to one head and 2 bodies? We're all the man with one face.
Yeah, but now I've got one body.
Yeah, well, surely he's the man with 2 bodies then. Again, the description.
Roll up, see the man with one face.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So it's full of stuff like that, right? And what I'm saying is, that fella, you know, the one-faced man, the 3-breasted woman...
He wouldn't be known as the one-faced man, is what I'm saying.
Well,
that isn't the peculiar thing about him.
No, well, they all had names like that.
Right.
But there was one thing in it that didn't even have a nickname. It was so weird.
What do you mean?
It just said unidentified.
What does it look like?
Sort of testicles for eyes. That's. It just reminded me when you.
What do you mean testicles for eyes?
And what is it? Do they have a normal body?
I didn't even look at that.
Oh,
no, that's what I'm saying though. You're attracted to the oddness of the thing, and that's what I was saying about Warren when he walks in.
Warwick.
You know, it'll be odd for a minute, and then I'm sure
For him it will be. Yeah.
He'll get used to you.
I've got my head round it a bit more, and the way that there's loads of people in the world, and yet you don't see people with, like, dangly eyes more often. It amazes me.
I love the fact that he's amazed by not seeing freaks.
Yeah.
It's incredible. He's walking down the street going, oh, everyone's got one head. That's weird.
Suzanne, see any dangly eyes today? No, me neither.
It's weird, isn't it? What's going on in the world? Oh, he's only got to read it down.
That jingle there signifying, of course, once again, another reading from the Diary of Karl Pilkington. Now, of course, for those of you who have not been keeping abreast of Karl's medical complaints, just bring us up to speed, Karl. You had to go into hospital because previously you'd had...
I've been in and out, honestly. I've been in and out of that hospital, just with kidney problems, really painful and what have you. And,
he had kidney stones, all right?
No, but seriously.
I had a bit of a lie-in today because I have to get up early for my operation tomorrow. Not only have I got to have tubes shoved up my knob, but I also have to get up at 5:50. Suzanne said I could have what I want for my last dinner. It's not your last dinner, you're going for an operation.
Yeah, but you can't take things for granted these days.
Oh,
I had shepherd's pie and peas. Suzanne made it from scratch. As nice as it was annoying. Because making stuff from scratch means loads of pots, and it's my job to do the washing up. So much as the food was nice, there was loads of pans and that. People who get their last dinner on death row don't have to wash up. Got up at 5:55. You were supposed to be getting up at 5:50 on the other page. You were 5 minutes late getting up.
He's often late.
Often late. Got to the hospital and had to wait in the waiting room. There was another 9 people in there waiting to be sorted. I got called in. They sat me on a bed and took all my details down. 5 minutes later I'd been knocked out. I got woke up when they were ripping a pipe out of my throat. I felt more rough this time. The doctor came to see me and said he couldn't find a stone, so I must have passed it. I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, we filled your kidney with water and expanded it and there was no hiding place." I sat in the recovery room for an hour while they found me a bed. One of the fellows who was sat in the room with me this morning got wheeled in. They couldn't wake him up. All the nurses were laughing because he didn't want to wake up. I bet they were laughing at me when I was in the theatre. Someone told me they totally strip you when they're operating. I would have looked like the alien on the Boswell incident.
Boswell!
quite a nice analogy if it weren't for the fact that you said Boswell.
It's
The Roswell incident. Didn't sleep much through the night because there was a 60-year-old fella shouting at the nurse about his pillows. I don't think I slept through a full hour with one thing or another going on. My bed was next to the toilet, so I kept hearing the flush.
How do they sleep in hospitals, though? They wake you up to give you fucking sleeping pills and things, don't they? How do you sleep in there?
I don't know what it is. There's no air. There was an old fella across from me who kept breaking wind. He didn't even try and cover it. He was just of that age where he didn't care. Just like, that's what I do. I'm in the hospital, leave me alone.
What do you mean?
Just, I don't know what was wrong with him. I talked to him because at first I felt sorry for him. I was a little bit like, you know, he's had no visitors. No one's calling him up, so I'll talk to him. But then he got that familiar with me that he'd just be doing it whilst I'm chatting to him. Just like he's my granddad or something. It's just like, oh, that's what he does. It's like, well, I'm ill as well. Stop doing that. Honestly, unbelievable. He didn't even try and cover it with a cough. It was just like, that's...
With a cough? How would you cover it with a cough?
just non-stop.
Got home and sat down. My pains are coming back, but the doctor said this would happen, that my insides are still in shock, so I need to take it easy. It's 9 o'clock. I'm in agony. I can't do the diary for the rest of the day.
Jesus.
So you may as well just tell us then what happened.
Suzanne just got frustrated with me because I was rolling about on the floor and she was trying to watch Arthur. Right? So that was on the other night.
I thought it was with your lodger.
So,
And she said, look, if you're in pain, do something. She said, you know...
you went and got a cold plate.
Yeah. No, use an ashtray. Plates are for liver damage.
Got in a taxi. He filled up on the way, which was annoying.
He didn't.
That
He
is
did.
cheeky.
That really... I mean, he could
On
see
the
I was
way
in
to the
pain.
hospital.
So,
Because he's not an ambulance driver.
so anyway, he gets us there and he doesn't charge us, which is pretty decent.
Oh, that's all right, yeah.
So this gay fella came through. And,
How do you know he was gay?
just the way he was. I'm not having a go. He was a good fella. Do you know what I mean?
A
He-
doctor, you mean?
No, he was a nurse.
Right.
And he came through and just sort of went, oh, how are you? And I was like, oh, I've had better days. So he got
As
me
you
on
mentioned in the diary, I remember the first time when I came here, they said the nurse might put a tablet up my arse. I thought the chances of that happening had just increased.
Oh, Karl!
Yeah, but I would have let him do it. Honestly, I was that sort of out of it. That
Of course you'd let him do it. He's a qualified nurse.
No, but the way I am now, say if it was just a tablet for sorting out my blood pressure, and I walked in there and he went, oh, hello, and he said, yeah, let's pop that. I'd go, hang on a minute. But what I mean is that night, I would have just let him put 3 on, honestly. It's just weird, isn't it, how your body just goes, let them get on with it, and you trust anyone, don't you? When you're in that much pain and you need
And
help.
they're a qualified nurse, yes. Karl, of course, has written a poem about the experience entitled My Ward.
All I've done here, I've been through I don't know what the word is, a bad experience.
Trauma.
A trauma, yeah, I've been through a load of trauma. So I'm just finishing it off with a little sort of picture for people.
Go on then.
Me, a Chinese fella, and an old bloke who looked like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Don't know what was wrong with him, but breaking wind was the symptoms. No one visited him or called him. He seemed quite lost to me. As well as wind problems, he had a colostomy.
Back.
When I left, I said, see you to the old man. Turned out the other fella wasn't Chinese. He was from Japan. I never found out what was up with him. You've got a little picture there, haven't you, of me sat in my ward. I'm sat there with that fella who I didn't talk to, the old fella who had wind problems. And that's what a poem is, isn't it?
But the detail about you thought he was Chinese and he turned out to be Japanese, how is that evocative? That's just a piece of misinformation.
It's just
I like it.
I imagine a lot of people make
I
the
like
same
it because
mistake.
you know why? It's like he even makes digressions within his poem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like he could have gone back and erased that, but he didn't. He left that digression in, and I think that's great.
To be honest, had a late night last night because I stayed up to watch a programme about monkeys.
It's already good.
Of course he did.
It's already good.
Now, before I read on, I mean, is this not some kind of monkey news? Is this not a late return to monkey news?
Well, it's not that good.
Is it not? Whereas the other monkey news is...
Oh, chimpanzee, that's more shit.
This is what he says. This is what he gleaned from the programme about monkeys. It sat on a bridge and wanted stuff off people to walk over the bridge.
What?
So it was acting as some kind of toll booth,
This
was
is
it?
ridiculous.
No, it was a bridge in like the jungle.
Oh, Oh, shut the fuck up.
And it's a monkey that sat on a bridge, and a lot of tourists go through the area.
No, it's a monkey
to look at them.
who realised that if he sits there, he'll get stuff because it look like it's a cute little chimp begging.
No, but every time.
Yeah, because you give a monkey, I'm as bad as him now. If you give a chimpanzee a banana, and he starts realising that humans have things to give.
Yeah, but it's all
Squirrels
sorts of
learn
stuff.
that. But you don't go, you wouldn't say, went to the park, there's squirrels waiting at the gate. You have to give them a toll to go in. They're only going to give them a nuts. They come up to you every time. You fucking idiot.
Went to bed after watching it and fell asleep thinking about it on the bridge right now. It's a bit bad, really, because the monkey should work harder for its food. It made me remember the slug I saw yesterday that was eating bird poo. Nobody would ever help a slug with food like they do with ducks and monkeys. A slug's life is pretty bad. The only time they come out of their den is when it's raining.
Den.
So even their days out are depressing.
It is. Do you know what I mean?
No.
It is like, it's a horrible thing to be in it. A slug.
Love him talking about what is it like to be a slug.
No, just because like the monkey, even though it's been quite aggressive, everyone was like, "Oh, give it some water," and it was well like kitted out. It had like chocolate bars, bottled water, some like fizzy stuff, and all that.
An iPod. It was listening to Monkey News.
It could have had one if it wanted one. It was getting away with murder on that bridge, and that's just because it was furry. Yeah, if that was like a blob, like a slug, there's no way people would be that friendly towards it. And it just annoys me how you get this pecking order for like no matter what creature you are, favouritism. And that slug was only eating that bird poo because it wasn't being offered stuff.
If it was offered toffees or whatever.
Well, it's just sad, isn't it? It's come to that. That's what its life has come to.
Yeah, but it's not as
was
mollusk
raining, like
that's
you say.
down on its fucking luck.
It didn't live in a big country house,
No,
and its
but
wife
it
left
is.
it. The
I
kids
was
went.
wa-
It started
I was
hitting the
watching
bottle.
it, and I kind of thought, and look, they do only come out in the rain, and it's depressing, and it'll probably get killed in a bit. And that was its last meal. I just
Last meal.
But it
people
wouldn't
don't care.
prefer steak and chips, Carl. It
No,
doesn't
a leaf.
have.
It must like a leaf or at the end of the day, it's an insect. They love a
It's
leaf.
not an insect.
Well, it's part of that gang. It's part of that. No, it's part of
They
that.
hang out together. They hang out
It's not.
together.
Why do you think it's part of that
Because
gang?
it knocks about in the woods in the same place as a spider does. But what I'm saying is they're eating boring stuff because that is what's
It's
in
not
their
boring
area.
stuff to them. They're not. I have no opinion of it at all. They take in sustenance.
No, but where you are is what you eat. When I'm in London, I'll have beans on toast for lunch. On holiday, what? Tapas? Go on, I'll have a bit. So it's whatever you eat, what's in that area.
Suzanne went off to work and I went to the shop to buy some envelopes. The shop was empty, but the fella behind the counter was on the phone and just kept talking even though he could see I was waiting. I started to count backwards from 20. When I got to 6, he hung up and served me. I won't use the shop again. Question, why count backwards from 20?
So he's thinking, what's going to happen at 1? If I start counting from 1, he's going, well, let him carry on.
What, out loud?
So, not really loud, but like more of a mouth action, so he could see I was doing it. Do you know, like
Sorry, you just started miming counting backwards to a man in a shop.
he's on the phone. The shop
Yes.
is empty. I
Yes.
thought he'd like me custom. He could have served me and stay on the phone. Even though I don't like that, at least he's still doing what he needs to do.
I'd have said,
working the
sorry,
shop.
can I just get these, please?
Yeah. Well, I stood there and I thought, it's annoying me now. My kidneys aching and I started to get a bit of a sweat on. So I thought, right, I'm going to give him 20 seconds, and if he hasn't got off the phone, I'm leaving. Again,
You are
giving
one
yourself,
of the strangest people.
It's just giving yourself a thing. I could have been stood there for
Free.
ages.
He's one of the strangest people who's free to walk.
Yeah.
It's
the
about
streets.
No, I set myself a little target, and I thought I don't want to waste another 30 seconds in here. I'll give him 20. It worked. He served me at 6.
But it didn't work. Yeah, but did he do it because you were doing that, or did he finish his phone call?
I don't know. I was busy counting.
One prediction for the future, Karl, is from an academic study, what the world will be like in about 75 years from now. And a big prediction they're sort of sure of is that androgyny will rule. But soon you won't even need a female or a man in your life. You'll just need the egg or sperm. And you'll be able to have any coupling you want or not. Thoughts, Karl?
That isn't what I've heard.
What were you heard?
I
Well,
heard
so
that.
you read an academic study, Rick, but
Yeah.
let's find out what Carl's been reading.
I heard we're, we're all going to go ugly.
Different point, though, isn't it?
That's a completely different point, that. Not listening to a word Ricky said.
No, it's just if we all sort of go ugly, that will sort the population
He
problem
gets an
out.
extra syllable in the word ugly. 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 Ugly.
Yeah, so that just sorts the population out because people aren't sort of having it away left, right, and centre.
Well, no, well then that doesn't sort of... What do you mean?
Sorry, Rick, I don't understand what the hell he said there.
Are you saying, because everyone's ugly, everyone won't want to have it away more with the ugly person?
Yeah.
Okay, I still don't... You seem to understand what he's talking about, Rick. I'm still confused.
But what he thinks is that if we're all ugly, then we still have this strange paradigm of beauty that won't exist, so we won't fancy anyone as much.
No, they'll still sort of fancy, because at the end of the day, we're animals, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we'll still have it away, but not as much as they'd like to do now, because it's all based on looks.
Sorry, but what's this got to do with what Ricky said?
What's this world like? Describe a typical town or country
It's
set to me.
exactly right. Imagine London, you've still got the gherkin, you've still got the big wheel. Right. It's just everyone's ugly.
Right, and they're doing all the same jobs, are they?
Everyone's still, the world's got to carry on.
What do they look like? What's ugly?
Just imagine, like, have you ever seen anyone when you've just gone, look at that?
Yeah.
Right, well, like that.
Yeah, but hold on, because it's not like
because
a strict...
we have got better looking, haven't we? If I look back now
at
a school photo, you look at my class and you go, what was going on then? You can't tell the difference between some of the girls and the blokes.
When he said we've got better looking, I thought he was going to talk about cavemen, not his school photo. I mean, what happened there? There's been no evolution in that time. What are you talking about, Karl?
We've got better looking now, haven't we?
But we will change.
Yeah, we'll
Probably
change. There's little
75
things.
years.
I mentioned before about your little finger. There'll come a time when that'll go. I've watched it. I've kept an eye on what my little finger's doing. Sometimes it does nothing. It never helps out. All the others are grabbing all the stuff. That one just sort of sits there watching. So you could get rid of that, and I think that will go in evolution.
Think of the books he could have read when he was doing that, when he was monitoring his little finger.
I've been watching my little finger.
I think what's more interesting about the future, Karl, is the fact that technology integrated with humans will be fascinating. So, for instance, they're talking, about the fact that in the future we may even be able to have chips in our head that allow us to access the internet, or an equivalent of it, directly, mentally.
So imagine that. To say, not French fries.
But hang on, though. At what point are we us, then?
Yeah, this is good.
Go on.
No, because if I can go on the internet at any time, then that's going to know more than me.
What does that mean?
Okay.
When I don't know an answer to something now, which is a lot of stuff.
Really?
Go on.
You watch University Challenge, and the stuff them kids on that know. I just think, where have they stored that? For me, if something doesn't get used within a time period, that's it.
But again,
it's forgotten about.
Basically, you've got about the same hardware as those people.
Honest to God, I haven't. I know I haven't. So what I'm saying is, if I want to know the answer to something, I go on the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if I've got a chip in my head with Google on it, I'm never going to use my head. I'll just be forever on Google.
I'm never going to use my head!
Well, I'm not, because what's the point?
Your head is, though?
Because I'm going to get it wrong. The chances are I'll get it wrong, so divert that. It's like saying...
No, you can't bypass the brain straight to Google. When you're having a chat socially, it's not like they're going, all right, Karl, how are you? And you're not there. You're asleep, and Google's talking. I think you'll find that.
No, only...
Do you want to see naked ladies? Come this way.
No. I don't watch University Challenge and go, I want to be like them, I'm going to start reading books. I've accepted I'm never going to be like them. I can't play along. All I tend to do is I say to Suzanne, right, so every question now, I'm going to have egg as the answer. And I'm hoping that one day...
What an amazing game! What an amazing intellectual pursuit that is!
What a lucky lady.
What does Suzanne say to that?
Well, she just sees if it works. She just plays along, and then I'm saying, oh, it might be this one or whatever.
I love that, because I remember once, it was about 5 years ago, Karl and Suzanne were round near Christmas, and me and Jane were there. We were playing different parlour games, like charades and that. And then one game, you have to do that thing where you have to beat, and you have to do animals, and you have to go. First one is A, then B. So you say aardvark. Next one goes beaver. Next one goes cat. It came to Karl. He panicked, and he went egg.
And he was on egg. So you're sat there watching University Challenge, and on a good night, it's, you know, well-known jeweller Fabergé is well known for his jewel-encrusted egg. Humpty Dumpty is commonly pictured as a living egg. Sometimes it's
I'm saying, if you keep saying the same thing, eventually, it's like a broken watch.
Karl
It's always
Pilkington's head
right,
looks
innit?
like hay.
Yeah. I think Steve's right, and I don't know, I haven't read it, but I imagine he's saying it's the next step in convenience with technology and an interface between a human and a research tool or fun. You know, computers went from being the size of a room to a thing you can wear on your watch. So the next step may be, you won't forget your palm top, you won't forget your iPod, you won't forget your laptop. It's in there, it's an interface.
I know, but it makes us lazy.
Karl, it's not a question of. It's not that Google is now Karl. It looks like Karl, but it's just spouting, you know, little pop-ups about offers you can buy and cheap holidays here and there.
He's not the man I'm married.
Right, look at it like this.
Jesus.
Look, I see it all the time now.
Go on.
You go, where are you going, to someone? And they go, I'm going to Dorset.
Aye.
Oh, aye, what road are you taking? Dunno, just pop on the sat-nav. Now, that's a start, isn't it?
Okay. Let's act that out with me, okay? I'm going away for the weekend, Karl.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Dorset.
Oh, yeah. Are you getting there?
Car.
All right, yeah, well, which way are you going?
Don't know. What do you want to know?
Oh, just making a friendly chat. Just, you know, I'm interested in geography. Which way are you going?
Well, I don't know really. I've got a sat nav in my car, and I'm getting there. And what do you want? What?
Easy, isn't it?
Well, I'm not a pigeon. I don't.
Well, you got an A to Z.
Well, yeah, but it's on a computer. The A to Z. What's the difference between looking at an A to Z and
Lazy, though.
Not really. No. Why? Why is it any different that I've got it computerised so I can go along? A to Z's a bit dangerous, isn't it? It's a bit. Don't go to A to Z when you're driving along.
Clive, who are you talking to? Because we need to hit the road. We need to get going.
Well, it's this fucking idiot who wants to know what road I'm taking, which is a fucking boring thing to ask. Anyway.
Sorry, who is this twat? Because we really got to get going.
He's a fucking dickhead. I think he's an A to Z salesman by the door. I mean,
just tell him we're using the sat nav because it's the quickest, most efficient way to do it.
It's the quickest, most efficient way of doing it.
No, but look what's happened.
Who the fuck are you?
Would Columbus found America if he'd had a sat nav?
Yes.
No, he wouldn't.
He'd have put in America, and he would have taken him.
He wouldn't. He only found it because he got lost. Now, if everybody just goes...
Hold on. How would an undiscovered country be on a sat-nav?
No.
Go on.
But I just
What's
mean...
the difference between the sat-nav and the map in that regard?
Because I've found some lovely little cafes on roads I've never been on.
Well, I've instantly gone from finding a continent to a little cafe.
I love that!
Little greasy
I
spoon.
am off to discover the unknown world. Where are you going? Well, I don't know yet, it's the unknown world. What are you taking? Just boat, lazy swim, you cunt. I love the fact that he's so Luddite now, he's annoyed at the sat-nav. I mean, you'd have probably given Columbus a hard time. Oh, got a compass. Don't you know where north is, you twat?
I just think there's something in being lost. I never feel lost. I just think, I've had a diversion. Because you find new things. I'm forever going down...
Suzanne's asking the French peasant where the...
Just think, Columbus...
All right, what's the most interesting thing you found when lost?
Like I say, I found a shop that was like a fancy dress shop.
Amazing.
Do you need fancy dress stuff?
Dressed
You
up
never
as
go
Columbus,
out.
went and bought a sat-nav, went to Dorset for the weekend.
You never go out. Why do you need a fancy dress shop? That sounds like the one thing you would hate is fancy dress.
But I like looking at they have like a space helmet in there.
Right, so you found a fancy dress shop. Where are you supposed to be going that you had time to get sidetracked and go in a...
I think I was going to a meeting.
Amazing, that's the last time!
So you want to get lost?
You don't want to get lost, do we?
Because I always give myself loads of time because I get lost a lot. I always give myself...
Get a sat-nav!
I'm just saying, that's how you find little treats along the way. And next time you pass it, or next time someone says, do you know where the fancy dress shop is? You can go, yeah, I do.
You go, I have no idea because I was lost. I didn't know where it was.
No, normally I learn.
I'm not going to tell you, lazy cunt. Have you got an A to Z? Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, find it yourself, you lazy twat.
So...
What have you learned? You keep going on about all this learning. What have you learned?
What have you learned? Okay, sum up mankind's foray into the future. I want this. This will be the introduction to a book about the future. It will then be read in 100 years' time and go, Karl Pilkington was the most prophetic genius that's ever walked the earth. These are his words from 2010.
Just some predictions.
Just sum it up. Just sum it up. I believe. Start off with. I, Karl Pilkington, believe that mankind in the future will. Okay, start off
And
with that
then what?
sentence.
Just have like a top 5.
Well, no, or just
Well, maybe just predictions.
Just
yeah,
predict.
okay, yeah.
So
and
just-
then a little thing to remember. And remember ye this. So I, Karl Pilkington, predict that in the future mankind will. Start off with that. Start off with that sentence. I've given you that one.
Alright, I'm Karl. And the future.
He's already gone off road.
It's a scary place. But the future's going to happen. Right? There's no getting away from that.
Yep. Okay, your predictions are.
Well, we're all.
It's not a soundbite.
Keep going.
Hang on a
Give him
minute.
space.
Okay,
Give him
go on.
space. Give
This
him
is in a
time.
book. I've got to think about. I don't
Okay.
want to get it wrong.
Think first. Think and then say it. Okay, starting from now. These words of wisdom will be inscribed on a wall of a museum one day. Proceed.
I think trousers are going to be stopped being made. Just because you see kids now, they've got pants around their ankles. They're going further and further down. So I think that's evolution, just getting rid of the trouser.
Right.
It's just dropping naturally.
That's the evolution of the trouser because it's dropping
Well, you
incrementally
see now, you
down
can
the
see
arse.
kids' underpants, so they're just dropping.
Yeah.
I think they'll get to a point when they just don't bother wearing them anymore.
Right.
Prediction 1.
Okay,
That's an amazing one.
They'll stop making trousers in the future.
good.
Okay.
We're going to get weaker. That's already happened. They used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now they're saying eat 5 fruits.
Right.
So we've definitely that's evidence. You can't argue with that. I'll probably put that first because he goes right. What's number 2? So swap that round.
Okay, that's number
Give
1.
him the pants second.
Yep.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Okay,
They
number
used
3.
to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. They used to say pull your trousers up. Now they say put them down. You can. I've never had such fucking dribble.
Number 3.
Right, number 3. Oh, the scholars are now waiting with bated breath when they find this old scroll, and they go, "Ooh, what can number 3 be?"
I reckon we'll blend all our food.
Oh God!
No, because the
He was going to make a point about race. He said, I never thought it would be. We'll blend all our food.
like they do for babies, you mean?
I just think when you think about all the stuff we eat now, cavemen chewing on big lumps of meat.
Yeah.
We had wisdom teeth.
Yep.
Now they say, "Well, take them out. You're not using them."
Yeah.
Why not using them? Because your food's soft.
Yep.
Sorbet.
Yeah.
Soups.
Yeah.
Everything's softer,
Just
isn't it?
those
When you get an
two, yeah.
avocado, they say, "Is it soft?" Everyone's squeezing the food before they buy it.
Yeah.
No one wants anything tough.
Yeah.
So I think chewing is a sort of
It's a thing of the
thing of the past. We haven't got the time to chew. Everyone's like, "Hurry up, eat that." You don't have to go out for dinner with Ricky. He's like, "Hurry up." Like, I'm still eating
Well, he
it.
does blend his food, I think. Okay, so blending food.
Great.
I reckon. What else do we do now? So I've done teeth. Done trousers. I've come up with this idea. It's sort of like glasses, but you can live wherever you want to live.
What do you mean?
Everything that's real, you're not looking at that anymore. This is really the future. I'd put this at number 10. This is like...
We're only doing 5. Fuck me.
So
and-
what you mean is that you look through the glasses and instead of seeing the real world, you see a tropical
what you want to
paradise.
see. So if you're a young kid and you like the idea of living in the urban ghetto with all graffiti on the walls and that, you can see that.
Yeah, but hold on. Are you walking round? Because you'll be bumping into stuff, won't you?
No.
Why not?
No, what you mean is that the stuff that's there in the real world is being digitally reimagined in your glasses. So what was a nice country lane is suddenly now an
It's
urban
got loads of
ghetto.
graffiti on it.
Sure.
Absolutely mental, pointless, will never work. Absolutely
But
one of the
older-
maddest things you've ever said.
Really weird, that one.
Yeah,
It could be done. I reckon it could be easily
Why
done.
would it be? Okay,
Because-
that last one, that's number 4. That's a load of bollocks. So what's number 5?
There'll be more letters in the alphabet.
Why?
Why?
Because we're running out of words now, aren't we?
No, we're not running out of
No, we
words.
are. We are definitely running out of words.
Just using the letters we've already got and
Yeah.
making new words.
Yeah, we're making,
No, but we haven't got enough now.
of course we have. Have you any idea? You could have a word with 9 L's
Yes.
before you run out.
Yeah, and they do in Wales and what have you. That's because their alphabet is shorter than ours. They've only got something like 24 letters over there.
Right.
They go mental with the L. now, what we do is we've got 26 letters, but we are now struggling.
We're not struggling at all.
We are.
We're not. I mean, it's a stupid...
Boswallocks in shampoo. Now there's a word where they've gone, well, we've invented something here. We've got something we're putting in shampoo.
Boswallocks?
Boswallocks.
You just made that up?
No, it's not. They go, new with Boswallocks and ceramide R. Yeah, but that's a new word because they have to. They come up with a new word.
But it's a terrible word.
Why?
Boswallocks.
It's another word.
Is that real? You've made that up,
No,
is it?
I haven't. That's a real word.
Boswallocks, yeah.
Now this is what I'm saying. So years ago, when they came up with all the sensible ingredients,
Go on.
sodium. That sounds all right.
He likes sodium. He doesn't
happy
like
with that.
Because it
Boswallocks.
sounds like something in it, like an ingredient.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're used to it.
Is this a load of Boswallocks? Are you winding me up?
No,
the two of
it's
you?
real.
It's real, and that's because 26 letters. We've wasted them. Years ago, we went mental with the, pneumonia, sticking a P on it, and there's loads of words where you go, what's that letter doing in there? Whereas now, they can't do that. They've gone, whoa, pull that back. Why is that letter there? And now you've got stuff like abbreviations and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's not waste letters. Let's just control it a little bit. Cars are called things like, GTI or something, because they're going, well, I can't think of a word to call this. So they're giving them letters. Think of a word now. Think of a word that hasn't been made up.
What do you mean?
Well, tell me a word that hasn't been made up.
All words have been made up.
No, one that hasn't. That could be used. Say if I invent something now to put in shampoo, what can I call it? Quick.
Cranberry.
No, it's too close to that. No, we can't get that past the advertising person.
Scrimpton.
Scrimpton.
Yeah.
It took Ricky 2 goes and you accepted his second one.
Well, I think we've sorted out the future.
I don't care because it's the last day on Earth.
What would you do?
I've always wanted to kick a duck up the arse. The spiders, the deadly ones you're aware of, the ones that are just pottering about, you go, don't even worry about them, don't even give them a name. They're not doing anything.
But what if there's another poisonous spider they haven't identified yet, lurking in the undergrowth?
I'd be very surprised.
So you'd be very surprised.
I'd be surprised if there was
It
something...
sounds like laziness on your part.
But they're
No,
discovering
it's
new
not.
species all the time.
We know about all the dangerous stuff now, because we have to. We live in
No,
a
we
world
don't.
now. We do. We know about a lot of the dangerous stuff. Whenever they find something new now, it's like a new
look-
butterfly or...
Well, no, look at AIDS.
What?
When I was a kid, no one had ever heard of AIDS.
Yeah, but that's not a natural thing, is it? That's not like a spider or
What do you mean it's not a natural
ladybird.
thing?
It's not a natural thing. It's not something that's... AIDS hasn't been, like, living under the soil for millions of years, but I'll wait till the 1980s and I come out and kill a load of people.
No, but it is a natural
It's a new thing. It's new.
Yeah, but loads of animals are new, aren't they? Evolutionary terms. There's new animals in evolution.
I'm sure there's new stuff deep down that's just like, almost like bacteria, sat under the soil, it'll never come to the top, right? It's like having an old woman who's a neighbour. She never goes out, she doesn't bother you. Let her be.
But what if that old neighbour could unlock the secrets to...
I don't think she can.
Just even to us understanding the complexities of the universe, of the way things have developed and grown.
Because we know about it.
Well, why would we know about it? Because I never understand, why is it you want to stop researching and studying now? Why is it that you're happy to just draw a line under everything else? What if people had said this back in the 19th century?
We've done this. I think someone in the 1900s said everything that's going to be invented has been invented, and then look what happened in that century.
Yeah, and I've said to you, look at the stuff that is being invented now. The frisbee and stuff like that. It's all stuff that,
Right.
that you kind of go, it's all right, it's a good idea, but we don't need
Yeah,
it.
but the frisbee wasn't being worked on by the top brains of our generation. That was some novelty toy that some manufacturer made.
Yeah, but it's like, look at the fuss we made over that fella who came up with a Dyson vac. Everyone was like, he's up there with Einstein. Well, he's not. It's a good vac. It cleans up floors well and everything.
Who
but
said he's up there with Einstein?
These
one of-
PR people
in one of
did.
those programmes where they did, like, great inventions of our time, it was easy early on. You go, Einstein, you know, Newton did this, Archimedes, Dyson. And they started to run out, because it is harder to come up with something new now. Because everything that's needed, remember, the things we've invented are things that we sort of go, we could do with that. Inventors don't sit there going, what can I make? Oh, I need a toaster. They've sat there, they've burnt the toast under the grill, and they've gone, I need some sort of device here.
Well,
that I can
something,
put
yeah,
bread
yeah,
in.
yeah.
And what can it do? I'll shake it like
Necessity
that,
is the
and
mother of invention.
Yeah.
However, there are people who sit around going, "Where's a loophole in the market? Where's a
Well,
niche?"
here's something. About a year ago, I came up with a see-through toaster, so that you can see how much the toast is cooked.
Right.
I found it about 2 months after that. Someone had done it. So I'd just been beaten to the post.
Think of computers.
Yeah, computers are a good thing, and it baffles me as to how they came about. When you think a computer chip is just made out of sand. Now, for someone to come up with that, you go, there must have been some sort of alien involved here.
What do you mean? Why do you think that? So I love it. So the frisbee, rubbish. Anything too clever? Well, it wasn't an invention, it was an alien. So there's nothing between frisbee and computer chip.
What I'm saying is, it's not even an idea, is it?
What do you mean?
A computer chip, where's that come from?
Oh, it's amazing.
Well,
it's astounding, yeah.
So you think it was an alien? What are you talking about?
Great.
Because I can't believe that someone would go, right, I want to make something that will hold information and be able to do... I know, let's use some sand, we've got loads of that. You'd go, what, you don't...
Well, that's what genius is, though,
But
isn't
Karl,
it?
there's no alien involved.
No, but when I say alien, I don't mean an alien came down here and said, you know, oh, do you want to buy this? There could have been a spaceship crash, right?
Right, yeah.
And there's all them rumours, isn't there, in that hangar. They've got the spaceship, they take it apart, they go, yeah, wheels, we've got them, yeah, steering wheel. And then they go, hang on, what's this here? And they find the chips, and they break it down, and they find
Karl,
a sand.
but the fact that sand makes computer chips is not the interesting thing. The interesting thing is how the human being discovered that... what am I talking about? Sand makes computer chips. That silicon can have information put on it. But we're made out of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon. Do you know what I mean? And hydrogen.
Yeah, but that's nature. You see,
Yeah.
nature is amazing. You can't beat nature, right?
No.
It comes up with some amazing things.
Yeah, but man is nature. Don't forget that we're an animal. We're a brilliant ape. We're actually 98.6% genetically identical to a chimpanzee, Karl. Think of that. We only differ on 1.4% of our genetic makeup.
That must be the arse. Because that's a lot different. I told you, didn't I, about me dad's mate who had a monkey and he had to thump it.
What? Well, there's two things there. One, why did he have a monkey? Two, what sort of discipline is thumping a monkey? What was the monkey doing?
He was annoying his wife a lot and sort of, you know, pinching her arse and stuff like that.
Right,
No,
right.
that's
Wait a
not
minute.
true.
We've
It's not
never heard
true.
this before. How have we had all these years
No,
of
I'm sure I
monkeys and
told
we've
you
never
about
heard this
it ages
before?
ago.
Your dad had a mate who had a monkey?
Yeah, I'm sure I told you.
Why did he have a monkey? Just for a laugh?
Well, it was back in the day when people did. They all had, like, odd sort of pets and
When?
that, didn't they? In, like, about 68.
Oh,
1968.
1968, when everyone had a monkey.
But he had to thump it. Now, the weird thing is...
No, that's weird enough.
Is this is all the story? This is the entire story?
No.
You've got all the information you've got is he had a monkey and he had to thump it?
Yeah, my dad told me about it. When he found out that I was into monkeys, he said, oh, Benny thumped one. And
Benny thumped one. Oh, my son's into natural history, particularly simian variety. I've got an interesting fact for you, Karl. Sit down. What is it, Peter? Benny thumped one. Brilliant.
But what was interesting is the way that people are thumping other people all the time. No one bats an eyelid. Thump a monkey. People go, you thumped a monkey.
Yes, they do. They do go, you thumped a monkey.
So that's what's weird, isn't it?
But this chimp doesn't want to be caged and kept in a fucking council house in
No,
Manchester.
it was quite happy. And if it wants to
wasn't
live like a
happy.
human... I mean, in the 70s, you know, there were all the teabag adverts and all that, and they were loving that.
No, they weren't
And people
loving it.
interfere. People go, that's unfair. Now they're in like a cage in a zoo. You go, it was better when I was pushing a piano up a stairs.
They weren't really...
They weren't actual delivery men.
They weren't really sitting down and having a cup of tea.
It wasn't a documentary. A week in the life of the monkey delivery men.
I love that. Chimps in a zoo now going, fucking hell, at least we were free.
Remember when we used to drive a van?
And we're on 58 quid a week.
Yeah.
They're not meant to be kept in a house in Manchester. Cruel to keep a person in a house in Manchester, so it's fucking cruel to keep a monkey. What do you think of that, Karl? If you wanted to make the ultimate fighting animal, what would you come up with? If you had the power, like that fella in Arabian Nights, size of a chimpanzee, you could change into anything, but you could change into, you know, like that.
I don't think I'd go for strength and that. I'd go for survival.
What would you do? Cockroach?
No, I'd have like an armadillo's body.
Right. Okay.
I'd have head of an owl.
Right.
The head of an owl?
Yeah, why, what does that bring to the table?
The head's there to sort of make it look friendly to the
make it look
human
friendly.
race. So,
Okay.
because if you look half decent to the human race, they'll look after you.
Right.
That's the way it works,
Yeah.
isn't it? With a
Okay.
cat and a dog and all that. So the owl makes it look nice.
Right.
I'd have, I wouldn't have legs, I'd go for like the slug juice.
What do you mean? So now you're a really slow-moving, legless armadillo with the head of an owl.
Slithering along. How
Yeah.
is that going to be friendly? They'll see the beautiful face, but then they'll be terrified by the slug.
No, because the head's that nice that they'll forgo the sludge.
But hold on, though. But wait a minute. So it's got this thing that's stuck, right, going at 0.1 miles an hour, with a going, hoo, right? You come over, you kick the head off. How is this
No,
a
because the
survival?
head can go into the thing like a tortoise.
Can it?
Yeah, of course it can. Into the armadillo body.
Well, no, an armadillo doesn't do that. It just curls up into a
No,
ball.
this isn't an armadillo, is it?
So it's... Oh, go
Why
on
has
then.
it got the slug? Why is that
Because
so
what
attractive?
I'm thinking is an armadillo. They're good when they're on their feet. Flip them, they get stuck like a tortoise.
Right.
Slug stuff keeps it down. So if anything attacks it, it's like a limpet or one of them things that can.
Why
lock
not have a
stuff.
limpet then?
But it can't get any. How it can barely move. It can
Just
hardly get
go
anywhere.
and kick it.
What do you mean
Just
it can't get
Well, how
anywhere?
can it escape from danger? It's going to move very
rubbish.
slowly.
No, 'cause
What?
it'll
That's
lock,
the
it'll
worst
lock itself in. It'll lock itself in.
Yeah, and then I'll just scoop it up on the
You
sand.
can't scoop it up. It locks itself in if it's in danger. I'd give it peacock feathers.
This is the worst animal
Why has it got peacock
heard.
feathers?
Again, it's just
It's the worst animal I've ever heard.
Why has it got peacock feathers?
threatening. It looks more threatening.
It
That's
does,
what
well,
peacock
that's the
feathers do.
least threatening thing, peacock feathers. It's like Danny LaRue coming at you. There's
Yeah.
nothing remotely scary about peacock
Yeah,
feathers.
to humans,
Yeah.
but the humans won't be harming it because they like the owl head. People will like to have these things in the garden. They eat lettuce.
They eat lettuce. They eat Why has it got a beak? They eat lettuce. He's telling them what it's going to eat now. The owl's going, fuck that, I want a mouse. I love the fact that he's based what it eats on the fact that how it moves a bit like a slug.
Yes,
Let it eat
yeah.
lettuce. It moves that, and let it eat lettuce.
Like I said, it's not that weird if that existed. If that was normal, like when you went out to empty your bin, you was one of them sliding up the wall. You wouldn't even double take. You'd just be like, oh, there's the owl head peacock feathered thing.
I don't know why it's climbing walls in an effort to find lettuce.
Yeah, why is it climbing up that wall?
Because that's the only way it can see properly. Because its head's coming out like that.
So even though you've designed this animal, now you're even explaining
got
its limitations.
Well,
Now it's got
it's mainly
problem.
made as to be on walls. Because what else is living on walls?
Oh, God. Oh, fucking hell. What a useless animal that is. Karl, I mean.
Well, nature chucks up odd things, doesn't it?
Don't. Why are we starting on this again?
No, I'm just saying that is nature. Now and again, you'll get stuff that.
Oh, was he looking at you?
Yeah.
Was he really?
Look at his fucking head. Look at his stupid, round, fucking orangey head and... Oh.
Why aren't you a freak? You've got a little bald head. We're not meant to be bald.
Well, I was. I think that's the thing. That's what nature's done. You see, I didn't do anything with my hair when I had hair. I didn't style it. I didn't do anything with it, and it probably thought, "What am I doing here?" Whereas people who love their hair and they comb it and have different styles and look after it, they have hair for ages.
Nonsense.
No, nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Well, you're saying that.
Absolute nonsense.
Well, it's a little bit weird, then, isn't it? And that's what happens with old people once they lose their, will to live. Once they lose the job, they get old. What's my purpose? What am I doing here? And it's like nature goes, "You're not needed," and they die. Maybe that's what happened with the dodo. What's it doing? Can't fly. Its wings are useless. Eat it. Tastes horrible. Kill it.
No, they did eat
Nature.
it. I think they did eat it.
Yeah, but it wasn't very nice, was it?
I think they over-farmed it. I think that's why it was extinct, because they did eat it.
No, but they did eat it, but they didn't like it. Everybody, you never saw like a fully eaten carcass of a dodo.
You're
It'd always
making
be
this up
half
again.
eaten.
All conjecture.
No, but they didn't eat it all. Everybody would probably try it and go, "It's not for me." That.
But you don't know
No
this.
idea,
You
you're
don't
just
know
making
this.
it up.
What's this based on? That people... And also, why would that kid it out?
Because I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because if it's not nice, people don't get another one in. And they die out. The reason we've got loads of chickens and loads of cows is because we eat them. If we ate polar bears, we wouldn't be short of them. Because you'd farm it, you'd take more care. But what's a polar bear doing? Sat on a block of ice floating about. It's no use to us, is it? It sounds harsh.
Once
it's
again,
no
got
use...
his information from a Glacier Mint
No,
advert.
but it's no use to us. We know they're there, and it's all very sad when you see them on the news sort of struggling and all that.
Yeah.
But it's going to make them stronger.
What would you do for your doctor? And I came to you and went, "Karl, listen, I'm having a bit of a rethink of these. The penis, I hate it. I hate this cock.
But what do you mean you hate it?
I hate it. I don't want it there. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. It just sits there resting on these fucking awful testicles that I'm going to get rid of. I want this thrown away."
Yeah, well, it's, they're not a great look. I know that. Everyone knows that. It's just the way they are. I mean, if we're all being honest, they're an odd design. I don't think anyone likes their own, do they? That's why we cover them. They're not a great thing, are they?
What's this not why we cover them, though, is
It's
it?
part of it, I think. I think deep down, I mean, even if, like, I know you ate the Adam and Eve thing, but even if back then he was like, "Good God, cover them up." Even he had a leaf on.
No, but listen. Right. So, are you thinking fundamentally, then, that aesthetically, the testicles and the penis isn't as good as it could be? What would you have there instead?
Well, it's designed that way because that's the way it's got to be designed. It's more about function than...
Yeah.
And that's the thing, isn't it? With modern technology...
You need, the thing is the testicles have to be outside because they have to be a few degrees below body temperature.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the Sertoli cells die, which sort of feed the semen and all that. So, to be functioning and sort of like fertile, they have to be outside, which is annoying because I'd put a little rib cage around them, like that. I'd pop a rib cage round those, protect them, wear a cricket box, have that built in, so you cannot get a swift kick in the bollocks that makes you feel sick.
But it'd be better if they could sort of reverse up in a way that they were hidden away.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that they were just, then you dropped them, it's like, right, we need to cool them down, be at it in about half an hour.
Yeah.
Drop them down.
Yeah, like the gear on an aeroplane, landing gear. Yeah, and landing gear down, and the bollocks and the cooling down. Or you could just pop them in the fridge for 10 minutes.
It's
Well,
like
they could detach and you could pop them in the fridge. Cool
Yeah.
them down.
Can you make me some breasts?
Easy.
Okay. Go on, you say easy. What are you going to do? What's your plan?
Just, how do you do that? It's tablets, isn't it?
No, but...
Testosterone, isn't it?
Testosterone.
Toblerone. I want some Toblerone.
Well, sort of pointy tits, like Madonna.
Where do you stop, though? Supposing I came to you and said, "Doctor, listen, I like the bollocks, I like the penis, but I don't like them where they are. I want them in the middle of my chest. I want breasticles. Yeah? The arse, I don't like it round the back. I can't see what's going on. Pop that on the front where the bollocks were. I want my arse where I can look down and see what's going on. Can you do it?
I think it's just easier to move the head, isn't it?
Karl, when was the last time you reminisced?
Well, my mum and dad have been round, haven't they? So been reminiscing a lot.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
We're just chatting about Tic Tacs.
One of the great memories, yeah. The happy memories.
Now, I used to love them
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Yeah.
My dad got a load of them.
What,
Got-
this year?
No,
Just
no,
recently?
years
Oh,
ago.
years ago,
Like
right.
years ago when I loved them. I said I love Tic Tacs, me.
Yeah.
He met one of his mates.
You didn't nick him from the sweet shop?
No,
No, that's what
he
you
knew
did,
some
yeah.
mate who could get his hand on a load,
Right.
and he
Thief,
must have
he was a
got
thief.
about he must have got about 30 crates of Tic Tacs.
30 crates of Tic Tacs.
Honestly, we'd have about 24 on each crate. We got them, stuck them in a cupboard under the just in the kitchen, in the corner.
Yeah.
Now, I worked my way through about 6 crates. I was quite happy.
When? In how long?
I don't know, in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something.
Right.
And then after that, I'm getting sick of these.
Right.
Yeah. You were minty fresh, but you
Oh,
were sick.
lovely fresh breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I haven't got that much more to tell you about it. It's just.
What do you
I
So
Just
this,
remember-
sorry, whoa. Bear in mind, this was something he was recently reminiscing with his parents about. They were sat round, and we've already learned up to an hour could go by reminiscing. Sat round for an hour, talking about the
I've
great
already
Tic
run
Tac
out of
saga.
responses. I've got
Yeah.
nothing to say about
No
that.
opinion
I
about
mean,
that.
I was nearly going to say, what do you do with the empty little flicky Tic Tac boxes?
Yeah. But then you realise that that's utterly dull and boring.
Well,
and not
I
of any
was
interest.
struggling. I don't know what this anecdote is, other than a bloke. Other than you said your dad, I like Tic Tacs, mate. He went, all right, I talked to Albert. Albert, you got Tic Tacs? I've got 30 crates, if that'll do, yeah? Yeah, bring him round. Put him under cupboard. He's got through 12 crates. What's his breath like? Fucking lovely, but he's been sick all over the cunting place. Oh, do you want some more? No, of course we fucking don't. You'll talk about that in a few years' time. Of course we will, for about a fucking hour.
No.
Then we bring it up in an audio book.
But I think that's how we got onto it, because even though I tried to get rid of a load, I used to give them to mates, take them to school, say, have some Tic Tacs. You can have them for free. We used a load in the cat litter tray.
No. No,
we
you
did.
didn't.
We did. It
No,
was
you
just
didn't.
ways of getting rid of them.
Jesus Christ.
Sort of freshy smell, isn't it? It's the
That's
same sort
amazing.
of condensity in that, isn't it?
Condensity, it is the same condensity.
Condensity.
Yeah, so I got rid of them like that. And then the weird thing was, even though I'd got shut of them all, you'd be backing up and you'd always hear one ting its way up the tube.
It's tinging its way up the tube. It's tinging its way up the tube. It's tinging its way up the tube. Ting tong ping pong. It's tinging its way up the tube.
That sounds like something from Willy Wonka.
Oh
No,
God.
it's just I'm just demonstrating that because that's how many of them there were around the house. You'd drop them, they'd go in every corner and that, like Pac-Man or something. They'd be everywhere. You'd be backing
amazing.
up, tinging it up.
Sheila's getting married. Hannah gets confetti. Don't buy any confetti. Go to cupboard under stairs.
So yeah, that's a little memory there, isn't it?
It
That
is a
just
little
cropped up.
memory.
Now
It's a really little memory.
The strange Tic Tac house in Salford, where everything is made of Tic Tacs.
Wow, that must have been a hell
That's
of
incredible.
a hell of a time you had with your parents there. The old Tic Tac
No, but it's
reminiscence.
better. You see, you're saying, "Oh, what a boring story that is." But when
I
your
see
mum and
you've
dad,
re-gravelled the drive. Yeah, smell it. Suck the drive if you want.
no, but it's different. When my mum and dad are there and they can remember that, and they're going, "Oh yeah, the Tic Tac incidents and stuff."
What's known as the Tic Tac incident.
Tic Tac
Let us never speak of the Tic Tac incident.
Yeah, I just imagine the clock ticking. There, it's Christmas Day. I go, what are you smiling at? Oh, remember it used to ting up the tube.
You should think about selling this to Hollywood.
Listen, what do you remember then?
What do
do
you
I remember?
That's
Wow.
an amazing thing to
That's
say.
a difficult question to answer.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Well, I went for a what's her name, Steve. You don't know. I've had problems with my legs.
Christ almighty.
He's the same. What are you? 33.
He's a
And you
hypochondriac.
talk like you're a 70-year-old.
Honestly, the slightest thing, he's got time off work for this. We went to the dentist 3 times in 1 week. He goes, now his leg's rubbed 2 times a week for
No,
some
I don't.
reason.
I don't.
In and out of the kidney hospital, and they're going, there's no kidney stone, Mr. Pilkington. He's going, oh, right. Christ almighty, do some fucking work.
No, the thing is, I've been in the last 30 odd years. I've been working hard, and I've let my body get run down a bit.
How have you, you're 30, what are you?
30, 33.
Right, 33. Sorry to start off with such a hard question. But how have you been working for 30 years?
Well, I just have. I sort of I got on with it.
At 3? At 3?
No, I'm
Well, you
just
didn't
saying.
get on with anything at school, did you? 'Cause you were just kissing about.
Yeah.
You weren't working hard there.
What was the first job you got? How old were you?
I was 15.
Right, okay, so you've been working for 15 years then. Okay, good,
Yeah, but I
right.
had my paper round when I was 10, didn't I? And that was hard graft. That's why I'm bald and that. Getting up at 4:30. It all adds up, doesn't it? All adds up. So anyway, I kicked my height when I was a kid.
He always says this, like it's a classic story that everyone should know.
Everyone
and
knows,
also
like-
the phrase "kicking my own height."
Yeah.
Explain what you mean.
Just kicked my height when I was a
Kick
kid.
your. No one understands.
You kicked
Carl.
your leg up to the
kicked
height
my
that
leg.
you were at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
if
kicked
you were,
my height. It's not a well-known phrase. You can't just go, "I kicked my height."
so you were 4.5 foot, and you've put your toe up into the air 4.5 feet by kicking.
Yeah, but I landed on my back.
Right, okay. Imagine seeing that in the playground. They go, get Karl Pilkington to kick his height. I bet he falls over like a
It
fucking
wasn't in the
penguin.
playground. My dad got me to do it in the garden.
Brilliant.
But why did
He
you fall
sold
over?
tickets, the neighbours were cracking up. Yeah.
Why did you fall over? Did you hit
I just
yourself in
didn't,
the
I didn't
head?
have to kick the height. I mean, my leg got high up, but I was that chuffed that I got that high. I didn't think of putting my leg down again.
What did he look like? What the fuck did that look like?
He's got to think it all through. I thought it was automatic. In life, but you
Stayed there.
You sort of stay balanced.
Christ
But you didn't
almighty.
think, well, I'm loving this. This is brilliant, but what should I do now? I got my leg up. I'll just keep it up. Whoa!
He looked like a Hitler salute with his leg. What were you doing?
So anyway, I landed on my back,
Yeah.
and I did some damage, I think. And it's because
Definitely.
of that.
You sure you didn't land on your head?
And it's because of that, like all them years and what have you.
Yeah.
I've had like a trapped nerve in my leg.
Right.
So I thought, right, now's the time to have it done. Because when you get older, I mean, it was the kidney stone thing. Once you've sort of looked at, death and what have you, it just makes you think, got to start looking after
Do you
your
think you
body.
could die of the slightly bad leg that you've had for 15 years?
Well, it
Do you
just,
think that'll eventually kill you?
well, it could do if I can't run away from danger quick enough.
Right. Again, you're thinking of Jurassic Park coming true.
Well, whatever then. I'm just saying, you've got
Yeah.
to look after yourself. If there's anyone listening
could
out
always
there
hop.
who's got a problem, get it sorted.
I'll tell you what,
That's all
though,
I'm saying.
if you have to fight off danger and you kick them, put the leg back down immediately after.
So anyway, I went to see this fella, to like a professional leg rubber,
Professional leg rubber.
Yeah.
and he sort of said a few things that were quite interesting. Remember that time when we had a chat on the last lot of like podcasts? I said, "Am I in charge of my brain, or is my brain in charge of me?"
Yeah, do you remember what I said? It's the most stupid thing you've ever said.
Yeah. Well, listen to this then. So I go and see this leg rubber,
Professional leg rubber, yeah.
right? And he is professional.
Yeah.
Right. so
Remember, leg rubber. You haven't said doctor at any point in this conversation.
leg rubber.
So this however profound this is, it came from a man who is self-confessed professionally leg rubbing.
not just leg.
Does he do
back,
left and right? Or?
back rubbing as well. He does it all. Right.
Right.
So I'm in
Professional
there,
rubber.
and I didn't mention about how I thought my brain was in charge of me and stuff. I'm lying there. He's bending me about and what have you. The first problem he came across is that my nerves aren't long enough for my body.
I don't know.
My nerves aren't long enough for your body.
He was lifting my legs up, and I was going, right, stop that a minute. That's certain that. He's like, what do you mean? He said, I've only got them like just about.
Well, that's your tendons.
No, but your nerves are in your legs as well, and your tendons don't hurt. It's your nerves that kick in. It's your nerves that make you
Well,
go.
yeah,
"That
but they
hurts."
hurt because your tendons are being overstretched.
Well, I'm just telling you what he said. Right, so he lifted the leg up, and I went, right,
Was
stop
this
doing
above a
that.
laundrette, this surgery?
No, it's a proper place. He had like towels and all that on
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's got towels
Oh,
there.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
the. So
Definitely a laundrette.
so I'm lying there.
Other people's towels.
He's got towels, underpants,
yeah,
bras.
halfway through he said, you haven't got 20p, have you, for the dryer? Okay.
So I'm lying there, and he lifts the leg up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that hurts a lot. So he said, oh yeah, short nerves. And I said, what do you mean? He said, your outside of the body is longer than your inside.
Right, he doesn't sound like a doctor. He does not sound like a
The
doctor.
outside of your body's
Yeah.
longer than the inside.
So he had me lying on my front and what have you, and he was sort of crushing me back.
Right.
And he was going, does that hurt? I said, yeah. It was like 48 quid this as well. Putting me through all this pain and what have you.
Well, you got some good advice, though.
He said, you're pretty stressed. And I said, yeah. So it's, I've quite a bit of stress in my life. And I explained to him about the kidney stones and that. So you know, that's that.
He went, "Oh, shut the fuck up."
He probably said that. He said that's where you were probably got a lot of tenseness. And
A lot of tenseness. Is that the phrase he used as a trained professional rubber?
He's a doctor. He's definitely a doctor.
So anyway, he said, "Do you relax much?
You haven't got any Lenore, have you? I want these sheets to come out nice and soft."
He said, "Do you, you know, you should learn to meditate or something." He said, "Because you're all tensed up. We're living in a stressful world," as he told me about it. So when I was telling him that I have problems relaxing, he said, that you're obviously the sort of person
Who's gullible enough to spend 46 quid for this hokum?
He said, you're the sort of person whose brain is in charge of them, rather than them being in charge of the brain.
So all you did was you met a person as stupid as you.
Yeah.
No, but I thought it's interesting that this is what he does for a living.
Yeah.
And he picked up, that was the first visit, that's the first, I'd only been there about 22 minutes.
Yeah.
You get half an hour for 48 quid.
Right.
But he picked up on that within like 15,
No, he saw
20
a right
minutes.
fucking sucker coming. No, he did pick up on that, yeah.
But anyway,
don't go to him again.
The reason, I am doing, I've got locked into it, I've got to go at least another 3 times
Why?
and try to
What
get
do you
out of it. I don't know, I didn't realise that you have to have a minimum amount of things. So what I'm saying
I can't
is,
wait. What's the wisdom he's going to come up with next week? That'll be brilliant. I will kind of, yeah.
No, but what I'm saying
Your
is,
blood's paranoid.
we were talking...
You've got jealous bones. You're the sort of person whose stomach's hungrier than you. What absolute fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Do you know, like how we were talking about eyes, weren't we? He said the thing is, you know, you've got to be able to relax, and the way to do it is to focus. Right? He said, so what do you mean? He said, when you go to sleep...
You're the sort of person whose eyes can see further than you can.
He said, when you go to sleep...
Close your eyes and see. Instead of just leaving them open staring at the ceiling.
Carl, keep breathing.
Yeah, keep breathing. Close your eyes. You're not dead. It may seem like it, but you're not. You're just asleep.
So he said...
Oh, fuck me.
He said, what you've got to do when you go to sleep, focus on your toe, right?
Okay.
He said, and just think about nothing else. I said...
He's a witch. Did he say to put a toad under the bed?
No, he just said focus on the toe and see how you go on and what have you. Next time you come in, let me know. Anyway, I gave this a go, focusing on the toe.
So what does this mean? You mean you sat in bed staring at your toes?
No, this is it. He said, like, lie down,
Visualising
shut
it.
your eyes and sort of look at it, sort of thing. So I was lying there, and it just wasn't working because
Oh, Carl, this isn't medicine.
I was...
You
even
were
though the
thinking of a
eyes...
finger.
Well, no,
He found out he was thinking of someone else's toe. Next day, someone called up and said, Carl, my toe's better.
no, the problem was I was still using my eyes even though I had them shut.
Oh, God! Just when I think he could never come up with so much stupid, he pulls that one out of the bag!
Right. So what does that mean?
Oh, God!
You were still using them in a shot. What does that mean?
I was straining them. I had them shut, but I was sort of looking down at my foot.
You were trying to see through your eyelids at your toe.
Well, I was looking down, so I'm thinking that's where the foot is. Because of that, I was straining them and they were stinging, so I had to pack it in.
I'm gonna die! I am going to die!
Again, we were talking about me being younger, and the youngest I could remember back to was 1978.
How old were you then?
When
were you born?
72.
What,
you
you couldn't remember earlier than 6? You can remember back to about 2 or 3, most people. What?
No way. No way. My mum and dad don't even remember them. Because you're not doing anything. This is what I'm saying.
Mum and Dad don't even remember me then. That's amazing.
Because they pinpoint
They remember
things.
all the Tic Tacs they've ever
Yeah,
eaten.
yeah. Do you remember when Karl was 6? Of course I do. 5? Yeah. 4? Yeah. 3? No. 2? No.
Because you're not doing anything, are you?
My mum and Dad don't even remember me then.
And it's weird.
I remember must have been about 2 sitting on a potty surrounded by Lego. I remember that. Very strong image I have of that.
No, I don't remember that.
No, you wouldn't remember that,
no,
would you?
you weren't there, were you? What do you mean? What, you don't remember Steve sitting on a potty surrounded by Lego?
No, I mean, I can't remember having a potty. I remember having one of them.
I'm not suggesting you have the
You
same
used to go on
memory.
a fucking litter tray. Now I know why, to eat a Tic Tac while you're having a shit.
But, okay, so what is your very first memory?
The one that cropped up the other day was having my eyes sort of glued together by.
Gangsters. Where's the fucking Tic Tacs?
No, I
We
was,
lost our old truck for you, yeah.
when I was on holiday and I slept near the window and the window was open, and I used to wake up in the morning with my eyes shut. My mum and dad thought I was having a lovely lie in. I just couldn't open my eyes.
But why? I don't understand. Why were they? What do you mean? Why were they glued? Why were they? What do you mean they were glued?
But why didn't you say, Mum, Dad, I'm not asleep. My eyes are glued together.
It's just you get a build-up on the eyelashes.
Yeah.
And it all.
When they came in and you could sense them looking
I didn't know
at
they
you.
were there.
So,
Remember that time when you called me and I said I don't know where I am and I couldn't concentrate?
think of that. I called him. I went, Karl, what are you doing? I don't know where I am.
What do you mean you didn't know where you were? What you?
I got lost. I
What,
went
in London
wandering.
you got lost?
Yeah. I went wandering and then, you know, I
It's
was
when
like,
he first moved into his new place. He was walking back from his old place to his new place, and he didn't know where he was. He
How
tried
can
to
you
take a
ever
short.
really get lost in London though? I'm just. It's a cabbie.
well, yeah, I don't want to do that because you feel bad pulling one over and then saying, where am I?
Yeah, they don't appreciate that, do they?
But I found my way back, didn't I?
Yeah.
But you told me
20
one
minutes.
time that you much prefer getting lost. You love wandering around and getting lost. You
Yeah,
said that's much better.
Going
Yeah,
around
it
the
was a cold
cul-de-sac.
day. It was a cold day. I just wanted to be at home. I had things to do. There's a time and place to be lost.
Well, go on.
Well, a place
What's
you
the
don't
place?
know.
What's
and
the place to be lost?
Somewhere you don't know.
Right, good. Okay,
And the
specific.
time?
The time.
Time when you're not in a rush.
Right.
Oh, chimpanzee, that has only gone and written it down.
The jingle there to announce yet another reading from Karl Pilkington's diary. My mum called me to ask me to look in some of the magazine shops in London for a magazine that she can't find. It's called UFO Data. I said, I ain't heard of it. She said she's seen an advert for it in one of her ghost magazines.
I love the fact that she can't even find the magazine about unidentified flying objects.
Yeah. So we get a clue
She
there.
thinks, I think I saw something, but I don't know whether it was a magazine or not.
So we get a clue there as to why you give any credence to this crap.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, I mean,
Mama Pilkington's into the same shit.
there's a lot of space out there, isn't there?
She said that this magazine has got news story about how Aldrin (brackets astronaut) has got some evidence that aliens exist.
Yeah.
I told her that I found out today that the days are about 36 minutes longer on Mars. We chatted about how this is how they are more advanced than us. Do you mean the Martians?
Yeah, if they've got a longer day, that's more time that they're awake working on stuff.
Right, yeah, we know that makes no difference at all.
No, it does.
Think about it. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Look, think about it. 6 o'clock here.
Yeah.
People are going, see you tomorrow. I'm going home. They'll be going, oh, another half hour. They've got a longer day. Productive.
And that's why they're able to fly.
That's why they're whizzing around. It adds up, doesn't it, over the years?
Christ almighty, what drivel!
Suzanne got in from work at 11:30. I told her about the UFOs in Mars. She said she's too tired to chat. I said, does it mean aliens will be more tired than us, or do they get more sleep? I got no answer. I love it when
It
Suzanne
scares
goes in.
her.
She never indulges
No,
you.
it
does she?
scares her. Anything with ghosts and UFOs, she sort of...
It doesn't
ignores
scare her,
does
it bores
scare
her.
No, it freaks her out. Scares her.
Okay. Read about a pub that is getting some stick because they've stopped a horse going in. It's been the horse's regular for ages, but there's been some new owners who've taken over the pub and they said they're serving fresh fruit and don't want a horse in there anymore.
Oh, God!
I met Suzanne after she finished work and we went for a brew in another cafe.
Gosh, Jesus.
It's always having a brew in a calf.
It's like a sitcom.
Suzanne said I looked tired and fed up. She taught me some way to breathe that will relax me. I wasn't feeling that relaxed though, because the person behind the counter was banging about making a coffee. Noise stresses me out. I wonder if less deaf people die of stress than people with working ears do.
Oh, it's the theories. It's the
It is
theories.
such a noisy world, though, isn't it?
It is. London is noisy, very noisy.
I think just everywhere, just noise in general. I mean, I haven't got pictures in our flat because of that mirrored wall I've got.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it's tiny. You've been in it. Got windows on one wall, door to get in on the other, kitchen on the other, mirrored wall on the other. So there's
No
nowhere
space for
there.
art.
There's no space for art.
I'm intrigued how you sit at home. Where's the sofa?
At home,
Yeah.
facing the mirror.
So you sit looking at yourself all night,
Yeah.
as opposed to a painting.
Yeah, but at least that changes each day.
No, it doesn't.
It does. The picture
No,
changes.
it's not. It's round and miserable every fucking day.
No, honestly, it's good to, because you don't look at yourself otherwise. Especially me, I haven't got any hair to comb or anything, so I don't look in the mirror as much as the normal person. So, whereas now, I'm looking there every day.
So you're sat at home staring at yourself?
No, because the telly's in front of the mirror.
But are you not distracted by yourself?
Yeah, you do. When the adverts are on, you look up, and if Suzanne's sat next to me, I tend to talk to her through the mirror.
What do you mean? So why don't you look at her when you talk to her?
Well, you don't have to turn your neck or anything. There's no neck usage going on. I can just look forward. I look at the telly, lift the eyes up, look in the mirror, look at me, look at her.
What does she do?
No,
Look back at you
we're
in the
used
mirror.
to it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like there's more people in the room in a way. It's like,
And they're further away.
there's nothing odd about that. Why wouldn't you use? It doesn't matter. Your
Sorry,
eyes, remember, your
why
eyes
wouldn't
are
you
still...
talk to your girlfriend via a mirror all the time? Is that your question?
Well, no, I think it's quite normal. If your head is facing a mirror, well, you can see everything. It's a small flat, I can see everything that's going on in there without moving my head.
speaking of, like,
Stephen
weird stuff
Hawking
and
would be well happy.
I've got a new.
So I can look forward.
No,
She's
got a new
sat
book.
next to
Do you
me.
know I had that Freaks book?
If
Top
I'm
50
watching the
Freaks.
telly, I can say something.
Got a new one
Now
sent
she's
to
getting
me.
the sound from me
Really?
still because she's sat
yeah.
close.
And do you know,
Yeah.
like everything.
But yeah, we're further away.
normally
But
has a
things look
name.
better from a
So
distance
like
anyway.
if it's a two-headed
So that's how
frog,
you managed to
know,
keep this
they're all
relationship
nicknamed
alive.
like that,
Mate,
is it?
You're got two such an nicknames, I odd imagine. little man.
But this new
But
book
yeah,
I've got,
it's not odd.
right,
You
on
see,
the
there was a
cover of this
woman
one,
on
it's got
the
like a woman with
estate
three
who did
breasts,
use.
right.
Have I
And
told
she's
you
called
about
the
Miss
three-breasted
Peggy
woman,
before?
as you'd expect.
It rings a bell.
The one-faced.
Why is she
Go on.
posing nude, though?
I'm going to tell you ages ago, it's this fat woman who used to be on the estate.
Well, she
She had a
looked
three-wheeler bike.
And there was a
I was
fellow
push
with
bike,
like
pedal bike.
One face, two
tricycle
bodies,
bodies.
but a big one.
One face
She used to
for
sit
two
her husband in
bodies.
the basket in the back. One face, two bodies. Cycle
What do you mean
about.
one
Yeah.
face,
She's known as
two
Miss Peggy.
bodies?
Surely
Anyway.
one head, two bodies.
Oh, is this the one
Head as well,
that
but
she
it
used
was
to beat
mainly
him
the
up
face
so
that
your
was weird,
dad
'cause he looked
pretended to be a
fed up.
policeman?
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, the way she used to communicate,
How can you have?
She
What
saw
do you
us going
mean?
Quicksilver
How
and
did
Nick
it join to the
and
neck?
if
No, it
anyone
did-
went
it
up
did
to
have
her
a
to say stop
head,
nicking the biscuits,
but the
she'd
fact
pull
is,
out like a
it was
little
weird
mirror
that I had one
out of the
face
bag
to me.
and
What do
she'd
you
look
mean?
in it.
Well, if you've got one
and
head,
talk
you have
to
one
you
face.
via the mirror.
No, but it was just, it was the fact that he had one face and two
It's
bodies
shocking,
that I didn't think
Why
was...
do you keep saying one
was
face,
really
two
weird.
bodies?
Well,
You're
it's
just
like-
one head,
it's
two
like-
bodies.
it's like a
We're all
Salvador
the man
Dali
with one
painting.
face.
You
I've got
exist
one
in
body.
there.
Yeah, well, surely he's the man with two bodies then.
It's really,
Again,
really
So hang on,
description.
so she used to talk to people through the mirror because she was mental.
I get
So it's full of stuff like that, right? And what I'm saying
and
is
look at me
that
watching
fella,
the
you know,
telly in the
one-faced
mirror
man,
all night.
three-breasted woman.
It wouldn't be known as the one-faced
really
man, is
weird,
what I'm
Carl.
saying.
Well,
that
I'm
is the
very conscious
peculiar
of
thing
myself.
about him.
Well, he
No,
always
I
has
think
no
it gives you-
idea.
it gives you
Right.
confidence
and that. And if you are
Gives you
sort of
confidence.
Didn't even know
well, yeah,
anything.
because you're seeing yourself more
It
and
was
you
so
pick up what
weird.
habits you do and stuff like that.
So what have you changed through your...
What do you mean?
It
Views
was
to
just,
yourself.
just I sort of grew a beard the other
What-
week.
what does it
just
look like?
Something different to look at for a bit. And then you get sick of
Sort
that. It's
of-
like a piece of
sort
art.
of
Change that,
testicles
have a bit of a
fine.
shave.
Can you see the back of the telly in the
A
mirror?
little bit, yeah.
That's
if the flat's a
it
mess,
just
it's a
reminded
mess
me when
twice.
What do you mean testicles fries?
And what is it? Did he have a normal body?
I didn't even look at that.
Oh, God!
No, that's what I'm saying though. You're attracted to the oddness of the things.
What do you
And
think
that's
of
what we're
people
saying
who are
about
so angry at
Warren
art
when he walked
they
in.
try and censor it or they
You
try
know,
and destroy it?
It'll be odd for him.
Do you think art should ever be
And then
censored?
I'm sure
He'll get
as well, if it's in a gallery, then it doesn't have to be censored.
got my head round it
if
a
it's
bit
in
more.
Trafalgar
And
Square,
the way that there's loads of people
where
in the
everyone's
world,
wandering around
and
having
yet
a nice time,
you don't see
you don't
people
want a
with
12
like
dangly
cock.
eyes more often. It amazes me. So it's all about where you put it. I think some art looks better because of where it is.
It's incredible. He's walking down the street going, everyone's got one head. That's weird.
If you want to do a serious point, don't use animals.
neither.
No? Well, I
weird,
disagree
isn't it?
with
What's
that
going on in
because
the world?
I think my favourite is probably Charles Dickens, and I think the greatest story ever told is A Christmas Carol. And there's only one way that could ever be improved, and that is a Muppet Christmas
That's
Carol.
absolutely right. Yeah, that
So,
jingle there
and I
signifying,
think
of
they
course,
could, and I
once
think
again,
people could
another
take a
reading
lesson from that
the
and
Diary
maybe
of
do
Karl
other
Pilkington.
films with the Muppets.
Now, of
And
course,
Muppet
for those
Schindler's
of you
List.
who have not been keeping abreast
you could
of
make it
Karl's
so moving.
medical
Couldn't you?
complaints, just brings up to speed, Karl. You had to go into hospital because previously you'd had...
I've been in and out. Honestly, I've been in and out of that
Miss
hospital
Piggy's choice.
with
Well, we
kidney
talked about that.
problems. What?
About
Really
things like that
painful and what have you.
in art as well. Do you think
yeah,
that
kidney
bringing
stones
something
or
so
whatever.
serious?
I had a bit of
to
a
the
line
masses,
today because I have to get up early
films
for
do
my
things
operation
like the
tomorrow.
Holocaust, and
Not only have I got
like
to have
Sophie's
tubes
Choice,
shoved up
where
my
she
knob,
has to choose
but I also have to get up
which
at
child
5:50. Suzanne
lives
said
and
I could
dies.
have what I want for my last dinner. It's not your last dinner.
Well,
You go
because
for
the
an
Nazis were
operation.
horrible,
Yeah, but
nasty,
you can't take
evil
things for
people.
granted these days.
Oh,
I had shepherd's
one did
pie
you
and
get?
peas. Suzanne
I
made
don't-
it from
I don't
scratch.
think that's the
As
point.
nice as it was annoying. Because making
I don't think
stuff
that's
from
the point.
scratch means loads
I
of
love the
pots,
idea that
and
it's
it's
not a
my
betting
job to do
game.
the
No, but I
washing up.
imagine this is
So
like
much
deal
as the
no
food was
deal.
nice,
It's kind of
there was
down to
loads
the
of
last-
pans and that.
down to the last
People who
two.
get their last dinner on death row.
Which one are you going to go for?
Got up at 5:55.
God.
But why did you ask
You were supposed to be
which
getting up at
one did you
5:50 on the
choose?
other
Because
page.
if
5
you
minutes
said
late
the
getting up.
names,
He's often late.
Robert
Often
and
late.
Alison, what difference did it got make? to the hospital and had You to don't wait in know the the waiting
story.
room.
Why
There was
is it
another
that
9 people in there waiting to be sorted.
If you
I
said
got
Alison,
called
I'd go,
in.
what was it with Alison?
They
That-
sat me on
what
a
did she
bed
have
and
over
took all my
Robert?
details down.
That's
5
what
minutes later,
films
I'd
are
been
meant to
knocked
do.
out.
You question
I
it.
got
Whenever
woke
I
up
watch a
and they were
film,
ripping a
Suzanne, I
pipe
always
out
say
of
at the
my
end,
throat.
what was going on?
I felt more
because
rough
you're
this
an
time.
idiot.
The doctor came to see me and said he
because
couldn't
you've just
find a
watched
stone, so I
Muppet
must have
Christmas Carol,
passed
you
it.
can't
I said,
understand
are you
why
sure?
a
He
frog's
said,
able
yeah,
to
we
talk.
filled your kidney with
I'm all
water and
for
expanded it and there was no
films
hiding
with
place.
a good story.
I sat in the recovery room for an hour while they found me in bed. One of the fellows who was sat in the room with me this morning got wheeled in. I couldn't wake him up. All the nurses were laughing because he didn't want to wake up. I bet they were laughing at me when I was in the
Carl,
theatre.
go on then. What's your
Someone
take on
told me they
films?
totally strip you when they're
Films are
operating.
really good.
I
You
would
can-
have looked
you can
like
get
the
lost in
alien
them.
on the Boswell
Right.
incident.
And
Do you like one with a good story?
I mean, whenever anyone asks, it's always the same. It's
Quite a
Elephant
nice
Man.
analogy if it weren't for the fact that you said
Kez.
Boswell.
Mission Impossible 2.
The Roswell incident. Didn't sleep much through the night because there was
These are what
a
you consider
60-year-old
great works
fella
of
Just
shouting
saying,
at the
these
nurse
are ones that
about
I've
his pillows.
enjoyed recently.
I don't
There's
think
so
I
many
slept through a
films that
full
I
hour
haven't
of
seen,
one
yet
thing
you
or
always
another
say,
going
oh,
on.
have you seen so-and-so?
My
You
bed
love
was next to the
Impossible
toilet, so I kept hearing it flush.
How do they sleep in hospitals though? They wake you up and give
There's
you
good news for you.
sleeping pills.
Three's
and things,
out.
don't they?
That's
How
true.
do you sleep in there?
I don't know what it is. There's no air.
Which is another
There was an
important
old
value
fellow
of art,
across
of
from me who
course,
kept
people's
breaking wind. He
self-expression,
didn't even try
people
and
being
cover
able
it.
to give a little
was just
piece of
of that age
themselves
where he didn't
through their
care.
work. Do you not
It's
see
like,
any
that's
value
what
in
I do.
that?
I'm in
How
hospital,
do you
leave me
express
alone.
yourself?
What do you mean?
Just, I don't know what was wrong with him. I talked to him because at first I felt sorry for him. I was a little
You
bit
whistle.
like, you know, he's
found
no
over
visitors.
Christmas I whistled a lot
no
more
one's
than
calling
he
him up, so
usually
I'll talk to him. But then he
I
got
think
that
that was just
familiar
freedom.
with me. That he'd
What
just
do
be
you mean
doing it whilst I'm
freedom?
chatting to him. It's like
Right,
freedom.
expand on
Just
this
like
point
he's my
if you would.
granddad or something. It's just like, oh, that's what he does.
Well, that's
what
what
I'm
art
is,
is,
isn't it? It's you being
Stop
free
doing that.
of all the world's heaviness on your
See,
shoulders.
that's a great quote. That
Honestly,
that's
unbelievable.
great.
He
That
didn't
for
even try
art
and cover
is
it with a
freedom.
cough.
I
It was
love
just
that
like
because I think you've really hit on something there.
Would you include the free of all the world's
non-stop.
heaviness?
Well,
Got
I know
home,
what
sat
you
down,
meant. I know what you
the
meant
pains
there.
are coming
Would you
back,
include
but the
that one
doctor
in
said
it?
this
I mean,
would
I would
happen, that the
include
inside
the
is still in
world's
shock, so I need
heaviness
to
in
take
my
it easy.
freedom. You know,
It's
some
9
artists
o'clock.
are
I'm in
attracted
agony.
to
I can't
the
do the
dark
diary
side, the
for the
heaviness
rest
of
of
the
the
world.
day. But I just want to
So you may
return
as
to
well
you
just tell us
whistling as your
Yeah.
artistic
Suzanne just
expression
got
of freedom. I mean,
frustrated with me 'cause I was rolling
why
out
do you
on the
find
floor and
yourself
she was
whistling
trying to watch
more?
Arthur. That's what was weird.
So just take us through
That was on the day.
when would the whistling begin?
So,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
this was that you spent
So,
Christmas
she said, look, if you're
down
in
in Kent
pain,
with
do
Suzanne
something.
and her
She said, you know,
parents.
You went and got a cold plate.
Could I suggest something?
No, use
Your
an ashtray.
freedom
Plates are for
was
liver
thinking,
damage.
I'm in my
Got
own
in a
place
taxi.
now. I'm going to annoy them.
He filled up
Well, it
on the
was
way, which
mainly
was annoying.
it's when we were playing Scrabble.
He did it.
And they were taking ages to have their
On the
go.
way to the
And,
hospital.
couldn't have
So,
the radio on
uh,
because the
an
boiler
ambulance driver.
affects the
So
radio.
anyway, he gets us there and he doesn't challenge us, which is
We got
decent.
boiler problems down in Kent as
So
well.
this gay
just
fella
kicks
came
something
through.
off every time it kicks in.
And
the
the
radio
radio
goes
goes all staticky.
just
Right.
the way he was. I'm not having a go.
So I
He
just
was
was
a
sort of
good
supplying the
fella.
soundtrack. Do you know what I mean?
Doctor, you mean?
No,
what
it was
kind of
like
things did you
was
whistling?
It was like I just sort of did a
And
whistle
he
medley.
came through and just sort of
It
went.
was going
"Oh,
from
how are
one
you?"
thing to another. I was like, oh,
A Wedley.
better days. And a
So
man was
he got
impressed.
As you
Yeah,
mentioned in the
you can
diary,
whistle, can't
I
you?
remember the first time when I came
And
here,
then
they
she
said
was
the
saying
nurse
how
might
loud
put a
can you
it
know,
up my
just
arse.
doing all
I
different
thought the
levels.
chances of that
this
happening have
sounds like
just
the scene from
increased.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The boy
Yeah,
that's
but
setting
I
off the
would've let
radio.
him do it. Honestly, I was that sort of out of it.
Of course you let him do it. He's a qualified nurse.
No, but
I love the fact that
the way I
Karl's
am
life
now,
is
say if
like
it was just
living
a
in a
tablet for sorting out
home
my blood pressure.
when you're in your
And I walked
80s.
in there and he
Yeah,
went, oh,
But you
hello.
felt that this
And
was
he said,
your
yeah, let's
way
pop
of
that up,
expressing
hang on a
yourself.
minute. I just found it odd because I'm not. I don't bustle that
What
much.
I mean is
that night I would have just let him put free.
I think I'm fed up most of the time when I'm in London. And you never get. You
It's
don't
just
whistle
weird,
when
innit?
you're
How
fed
your
up.
body just goes, let them get on with it, and you trust
never get
anyone,
an
don't
angry
you?
man
When you're in that
suddenly
much
breaks me
pain.
into
Well,
People
and
who
they're
aren't whistling
qualified
are usually
nurse,
pissed off. But yeah, the bloke
Karl,
was
of course,
whistling.
has written a
It's
poem
like,
about the
yeah,
experience
it's the least.
entitled
He's
My
the least
Ward.
annoyed person in the room
All I've
when
done
someone's
here,
whistling.
I've been
Same
to,
as holding a drill.
You know,
The only
I don't
person
know
that
what it
noise
is.
doesn't annoy
Bad
is the bloke who's
experience.
drilling.
Trauma.
Everyone
Trauma,
else
yeah,
wants to
I've been
bunch
through
his
a bit of
face in.
trauma.
Same with whistling.
So I'm
Whistling-
just finishing it off
there's
with
no
a little
point in whistling.
No,
Picture for
there
people.
is.
No, there's
Go on
not.
Me. I mean,
Chinese
our window
fella
cleaner was
and an
known
old bloke
as
who looked
like,
like
you know,
Mr.
that's how you
Burns
knew he
from
was
The
there.
Simpsons.
He always whistled.
Don't know what was wrong
In
with
the
him.
end, he fell off his
Quit
ladder,
breaking
broke
winds
his front
was The
teeth,
Simpsons.
retired. No one visited him or called him.
What, because he
Seemed
couldn't
quite
whistle?
That was it. It was like,
Well, yeah, he
can't
whistled
whistle
all the
as
As well
well
as wind
can't whistle,
problems,
can't
he
clean
had a
windows.
colostomy.
It's a bit tragic.
Can you
When
take
I
along a
left,
whistle?
I
Just
said,
pop that
see
in his
you to
mouth.
the old man. Turned out the other
Good of
fella wasn't Chinese.
Think of that.
What about a
He was from
flute?
Japan.
Or a recorder? Not London's burning again.
never found out what was
Fucking
up
clean
with
the windows and then fuck off.
He didn't really think this through, did he? He retired at the
You got
age
a
of
little picture there,
28.
haven't you? Of you sat in the
His
wall.
whole family
Sat
were
there with that
bankrupt
fella.
with no teeth.
Yeah.
And just a
Why-
monkey in a
why are you
squeegee.
working,
Dad? Because I can't
And
whistle.
that's what
I can't
a
whistle
poem is,
anymore.
isn't it?
And if
But
the
the
day you
detail
give up
about he
whistling, the
thought
day
he
I
was
give up
Chinese
winter
and
cleaning.
Japanese, how is that evocative?
So you
That's
never
just a
whistle?
piece of misinformation.
No.
I can't really
It's
whistle.
just-
I like it.
I imagine a lot of people make
I
the
like
same
it because
mistake.
you know why? It's like he even makes
Oh,
digressions
well,
within
I don't
his
whistle,
poem.
but I can whistle better than
Yeah.
that.
Do you know what I mean? It's like he could have gone back and erased that.
What,
but
you
he
did
didn't.
this
He
for
left
hours on end
that
while playing
digression
Scrabble?
in,
2 hours.
and I think that's
2
great.
hours, to be honest. Had a late
Probably
night last
about-
night because I stayed up to watch a programme about monkeys.
So you were whistling after you had your go as well?
Now, before I read on, I mean, is this not some kind of monkey news? Is this not a late return to monkey news?
Well, it's not.
That
it's
is
not that
Karl's
good.
self-expression. That is
Whereas
his
the other monkey
artistic
news is-
self-expression right there.
A name, no tune, no
What he
nothing.
says. This is what he gleaned from the programme about monkeys. It sat on a bridge and wanted stuff off
There's
people
mental
to walk
patients
over
who
the
have
bridge.
smeared canvases with
So
shit
it was
to
acting
have
as some kind
expressed
of
more than you
toll.
have in that.
This is
But it's not about other
ridiculous.
people.
No, it was a
not there
bridge
to please
in-
other
in,
people.
like, the
You're
jungle.
there to annoy him.
What was the best
shut
word you
the
came up with in
fuck
Scrabble?
up.
And it's a
Don't
monkey
knock me
that's
at
sat on a
Scrabble,
bridge.
'cause I do
and,
alright.
A lot
What's
of
weird
tourists
is when I
go
play
through
Scrabble,
the area.
No, it's a monkey
brain can come up
who
with words that I
realises
don't normally
that
say.
if he sits there,
Okay,
it
this
gets
isn't- no,
stuff
I'm
because
with
it
you,
looks
Your
like
brain can come up with
it's a
words you
cute
wouldn't
little
normally
chimp
say.
begging.
Just
No,
words
every
that-
time. I'd
Yeah,
never drop into a
because you
sentence.
give a
Free
monkey,
cat.
you give it.
Go on.
Oh, I'm as bad as him now. If you give a
Squirm.
chimpanzee a banana, and he starts realising that
That's using
humans
a
have
cue
things
for
to
a 10
give.
Yeah, but it's all
Squirrels
sorts of
learn
stuff.
that. But you don't go, oh, you
not
wouldn't
bad,
say,
is it?
oh, went
No,
to the
I'd never
park,
say that.
squirrels waiting at the gate. You have to give them a toll to go in. They don't do it. And they come up to you every time. You fucking idiot.
Went to bed after watching it and fell asleep thinking about it on the bridge right now. And yet your brain's a bit bad, really, because the monkey
And
should
then,
work
yeah, when
harder
it
for
wasn't
its
my go,
food.
just-
It made me remember the slug I saw yesterday that was eating bird poo.
Anyway, so that's sort of doing art for yourself
Nobody
as
would
opposed
ever
for other
help a
people.
slug
I don't think
with
you can count
food
what
like they
you
do
just
with
did then
ducks
as
and
art.
monkeys. A slug's
Hobby
life
maybe,
is pretty
craft,
bad.
pastime.
The only
I
time they
don't
come out
think
of
you
their
can
den
count
is
that
when
as
it's
art.
raining.
Then, I'm not being funny.
So even their
I'm being a
days
bit
out are
snobby here.
depressing.
But I think there's a difference
Do you know what I mean?
between No. Beethoven and
It is like, it's a horrible thing to be in a slug.
There's a cue in that. I'm talking about what is it like to be a slug.
No, just because like the monkey, even though it's been quite aggressive, everyone was like, "Oh, give it some water."
Robert
it was,
knows
it
it's
was
a
well
distinct
like
thing.
kitted
If
out.
you
It had
could
like
go into a
chocolate
flotation
bars,
tank
bottled water,
and
some like fizzy
led a whole
stuff.
virtual
and
life,
all that.
and it was the
iPod
best
existence
life
monkey.
possible.
He could have had one if he
You
wanted
did
one. He was
exactly
getting away
what
with
you've
murder
always
on that
wanted.
bridge.
You became
And that's just
the
because it
person
was
you wanted to
furry.
be.
Yeah,
You
if that
did
was like a
the
blob,
best things
like a
you
slug,
could ever dream
there's
of
no way
doing,
people would be
and
that
you
friendly
literally
towards
couldn't
it.
tell
It
the
just
difference.
annoys
So
me
it
how
was your
you get
life,
this pecking order.
okay? And you
For,
lived
like, no
your
matter what creature you
biological
are,
life out in that tank
favouritism.
and died at
And that
80
slug was only eating
and
that
had
bird
the
poo because
best
it wasn't
life
being offered stuff.
any
was
person
offered
could ever
toffees or
have.
whatever.
You could
Well, it's just
pre-program
sad,
it.
isn't it? It's come
Would
to
you
that,
get into
that's
that
what its life has
tank
come to.
knowing what you know now, knowing that you would have the best life ever, with no heartache, no upset, no loved ones dying?
So what's happening when they do only come out in the rain and packet of munchies and
Yeah.
they'll probably get killed
Am I
in a bit.
having them, or are they
That was its
imaginary?
last meal.
They're imaginary, but you
I just-
can't tell the difference. It's the best packet of munchies you've ever had.
But it wouldn't
care.
I
prefer
love the
steak and
fact
chips, Karl.
that that
You
it
know,
went
it
into the
almost
flotation
like a
tank.
leaf or
And
you know, at the end of the day, it's an
was,
insect. It
"Our
looks-
munchies
It's not
is
an
good."
insect. Yeah.
well,
No,
it's
no,
part
no,
of
just
that gang back to basics.
That is
Right,
basic.
you've got together, they go in life, that's where you start, is
Why
it?
do you think it's
Munchies
part of
must
that
always
gang?
taste
It knocks
magnificent.
about in the
Well,
woods
it's
in the
just
same
if you can
place
still
as a
enjoy
spider
the
does.
basic things in
But
life,
all
then
I'm,
that's
all
when you
what
get
I'm
it
saying
wrong.
is
You do.
they're eating
You enjoy
boring
them.
stuff because that
You
is
are
what's
the.
in
You're
their
not boring
area.
stuff to them. They're not. I
It's
have no
the
opinion
life
of it
you
at all.
ever want to live.
They take in sustenance.
And you're living it.
No, but where you are
Sorry,
is what you
bit
eat. When
dangerous.
I'm
Go
in
on, why?
London, I'll have
Just,
beans on toast for lunch. On holiday?
I don't know, because sometimes I think
go on, I'll have a bit.
things don't happen for the best.
So it's whatever you eat, what's in that area.
Sometimes you can sort of
Suzanne
think,
went off to work and I went to the shop to buy some
envelopes.
envelopes. The shop was empty, but the
And
fella behind the
then
counter was
he
on the
does
phone
that,
and just kept
and
talking
you've had
even though
time
he
to
could see
think
I was
about-
waiting.
Ah, but this is perfect.
I started to
this
count
is built
backwards
in,
from 20.
because whatever happens
When I got to
is
6,
for the
he
best.
hung up and
so
served
not
me.
only
I won't use
when
the shop
you're
again.
in this
Question,
flotation
why
tank,
count backwards
are you
from 20?
enjoying
So he's thinking, what's
yourself?
going to
The
happen at
things
one?
just
To
keep
start
getting
counting from one is
better
going
or
well.
staying
So
as
you
good.
never
What,
have
out
a
loud?
bad day.
You never have a
So
bad day.
not really loud, but
But how long
like
did that last for
more of a
before you go
mouth
and fed
action,
up
so he
with
could
it?
see
Well,
who
why
was
would you
doing
get fed
it.
up with it? Because you
You
do
know, like-
something
Sorry,
else. It's the perfect life.
Bear in mind, you're
You
not
just
aware that
started
you're in the flotation
miming,
tank.
counting
You've
backwards
made
to a
that
man in
deal,
a
but
shop.
then once you're in there,
He's
you're
on the
not
phone.
aware of being
The
there.
shop is empty.
You're living your
I
life.
thought
It's
he'd like me
perfect.
custom.
You're happy.
He could have served me and
Well,
stay on the
we
phone.
don't know
Even
how
though
you'd
I
be
don't
happy.
like that,
You
at
just
least
have
he's still
munchies
doing
every day and-
what he needs to
Well,
do.
yeah,
I
you
said,
get
sorry,
in it
let's get these,
Get in
please.
it.
Yeah.
If you don't know
I
you've got in
stood
this
there
tank,
and I thought it's annoying
if
me
I
now. My
somehow
kidneys
go to bed at night,
aching
someone
and I'm
injects
starting
me
to get a
with
bit of sweat on.
and then they go,
So I
right,
thought,
stick
right,
him in the tank
I'm going to
now.
give him 20 seconds.
And then I wake
If
up,
he hasn't got off the phone,
pocket
I'm
munchies
leaving.
there.
Get
You
some
are
of
one of the
out.
strangest people.
Suzanne
He's
goes,
just
"Oh,
giving
it's
yourself
nice
a
day,
thing.
we'll
I could have been stood
do
there
some
for
Free.
ages.
He's one of the
Right, you want to be at
strangest
work.
people who's
She goes,
free
"No,
to
I don't have
walk
to go in
Yeah.
today."
It's about,
streets.
I
Right.
know,
Right,
I set
I'll
myself a
Now,
little
what's
target
interesting
and I
there
thought I don't
is
want to waste another 30
that,
seconds in here, I'll give him
within
20.
this scenario,
It
I
worked.
gave you
He
any
served me at 6.
life It you could didn't do work. anything, and Yeah, you but did he chose do the it because you were exact doing that, life or did he you've got finish his now, phone call? Except Suzanne's got a day off.
I don't know. I was
Now,
busy counting.
I both love that.
Well, I was a
and
bit
sort of-
suspicious, though, that she's just taking a day off.
No,
and
wait,
everything.
it's not happening now. It's not happening, really happening. You One can do anything you prediction like, for but I the like the fact now future, you've been questioning it. You're Karl, not in is the from tank, and why is an Suzanne got a academic day off, right? study, Now, I love what the world will be 'cause that like in about suggests to me that 75 you're years from now. a nice, happy,
And
satisfied,
a big prediction
whatever,
they're sort of sure
contented
of
person
is
who's got
that
the perfect life.
androgyny
However,
will
it's
rule,
almost
but
like
soon you
haven't
won't
fully
even
understood
need
the possibility.
a female
For
or a man in your
example,
life. You'll just
you
need
wake
the
up,
egg or
there's
sperm.
lunch, it's sunny day,
And
Suzanne's
you'll be able to
not at
have
work,
any
you're winding
coupling
your work. She
you
goes to
want
you,
or
"Hold on, then why are
not.
you flying?"
Thoughts,
You
Karl?
go, "I just can." But you hadn't
That-
even
that
thought
isn't
maybe
what I
you could
heard.
fly or
What were
swim
you
or
heard?
hold your breath.
You just
I
got
heard that.
you read an academic study, Rick, but
Yeah.
let's find out what
Can you go on
Karl's
holiday?
been reading.
Yeah.
I
Like I
heard
said before,
we're,
you don't turn up and go, right,
you know,
it's 1
we're all
o'clock,
gonna go
jet
ugly.
ski for half an hour, bungee jumping.
Different point though, isn't it? That's a different
Let's have
point.
a nice
Not
roti,
listening to a word
and,
like you said.
you
No,
know,
it's just
try a little cocktail.
if we all
What do you
sort of
do?
go ugly,
What do you do when you arrive there?
that will sort the population
He gets an
problem.
extra syllable in the
The
word
fella
ugly.
takes your case to the room.
Ugly.
You have that panic
Ugly.
of, am I going to give him too
Ugly.
much money?
So that just sorts the population out, because people aren't sort of throwing it away. Left, right, and centre.
Well, no, then that doesn't sort of. What do you mean?
Sorry, Rick, I don't understand what the hell he said there.
Are
There's
you
so many.
saying because everyone's ugly, everyone
Because
won't
you
want to
don't-
have it
you don't
away
want
more with the
fun
ugly
all in
person?
one go. You want to
Yeah.
build to it because that's sometimes
Okay, I still
part
don't.
of
You
it.
seem to understand what he's talking about, Rick. I'm still
But
confused.
what he thinks
Anticipation,
is that
yeah,
if we
good,
all
yeah,
if we're all
that little
ugly,
bit,
then we
it's
still have
about
this
things
strange
taking time
paradigm of
and looking
beauty
back
that
at the
won't
journey
exist,
and
so
going,
we
"How do I
won't
get in?"
fancy
Okay, well, can I
anyone
ask
that's
a
No,
not.
question?
no, they'll
Sorry,
still
I'm just-
sort
what I'm
of
fascinated
bounce,
to know
because
is
at the end of the
if
day,
you
we're
decided to
animals,
sign
aren't
up
we?
Yeah.
So
to
we'll still have it away,
the float tank
but
ended,
not as much
okay,
as
you could
we'd like to
design
do
your
now, because
perfect
it's all
life.
based on
But I
looks.
prefer not
Sorry,
to
so
know I'm
but
doing
what's
it.
this got to
No,
do
what's
with
this
what you
word
said?
like?
But I want-
Describe
because
this
this
prototypical town or country
It's
setting.
exactly right. Imagine London, you've still got the gherkin, you've still got the big wheel. That's it's just everyone's ugly.
Right, and they're doing all the same jobs, are they? They
Everyone's
just
still, yeah, and the world's got to carry
what do
on.
they look like? What's ugly?
Living with Suzanne.
Just
We've got
imagine-
munchies.
We've got munchies and we've got
Like,
sunshine.
I've never
What
seen
else would you
anyone
like
when you've
in
just
your
gone,
magical life
look at
of
that.
Yeah.
your ultimate
Right,
life?
well, like that.
Yeah, but hold on.
I don't like
'Cause
this
it's
idea.
not
No,
like
because we have got
Suzanne's
better
never
looking,
at
haven't we?
work.
If I look back now
Yeah.
at a school
I
photo,
just think you need,
you look
you
at my
need a
class
bit of
and
the
you go,
badness.
what was
to have
going
the
on then?
goodness.
You can't tell the difference between some of the girls and the
Difference
blokes.
is, when I
When he
next get
said
British gas
we've
round,
got better
you go,
looking,
"Oh,
I thought he was going to talk about cavemen, not his school photo. I mean, what happened there? There's been no evolution in that time. What are you talking about, Karl?
We've got better looking now, haven't we?
But we will change.
Yeah, we'll
Probably not in
change. Little
75
things.
years.
I mentioned before
sure
don't want
about
that much of a change.
You won't realise
your
it
little
won't
finger.
feel like change.
There'll come
Yeah,
a
but it's that
time
old chestnut.
when that'll
It's
go.
the
I've
thing
said
of,
I've watched
like,
it. I've kept an eye on
what's
what my
my
little
problem
finger's
now?
doing. Sometimes it
There's
doesn't
nothing
happen.
gene in your
It
head.
never helps
You've
out.
got to fill it with
All the
problems.
others are grabbing
Yeah,
hold
you're
of
not-
stuff.
it's
That
not
one
a
just sort of
genetic.
sits there watching.
Got the
So you could get rid of
problem
that,
hole in
and I
your
think
head.
that will go in evolution.
Think of the books he could have read when he was doing that, when he was monitoring his little fingers.
He's got a problem hole in his head. It's called his mouth.
Yes.
Right, that is your problem hole.
So,
I think what's
someone
more
comes up
interesting
and they go,
about the
"Fix your
future,
boiler."
Karl, is the fact that technology integrated with humans will be fascinating. So, for instance, they're talking about the fact that in the future we may even be able to have chips in our head that allow us to access the internet or equivalent of it directly, mentally.
Not
So imagine that.
to say, not French fries.
Okay,
Hang on though.
So it's
At
better
what
to have,
point
you've got a problem hole in
are
your
we
head.
us then?
Right.
So you stuff
Yeah.
in a problem.
This is good.
Go on.
Okay, yeah, okay.
No, because if I can go on the internet at any time,
Right. Is that good or bad?
then that's going to know more than me.
What does that mean? Okay.
When I don't know an answer to something now,
I'd say
which is a lot of stuff,
his problems.
Go on.
watch University Challenge,
problem, Hall?
and the stuff then the kids on that now. I just think, where have they stored that? For me, if something doesn't get used within a time period, that's it.
But again,
forgotten about.
basically, you've got about the same hardware.
I haven't. Honest to God, I haven't.
What is your
I
problem?
know I
that's so
haven't.
big compared to
So
my little
what I'm
skills?
saying is, if I want to know the answer to something, I go on the internet.
Yeah, right.
You get
Now, if I've got a chip in my head with Google on it, I'm never going to use my head.
Someone breathing.
I'll just be forever on Google.
Someone coughing.
I'm never going to use my head.
Well, I'm not, because
do you
what's the
think your
point,
head
like you
is,
say?
though?
Because
You,
I'm
the
going to get it
boiler,
wrong.
is
The
like,
chances
get it
are I'll
ripped
get it
out,
wrong,
put a
so
new one in.
divert that.
It's not as easy as
It's
that.
like saying...
No, you can't bypass the brain straight to Google. When you're having a chat socially, it's not like they're going, all right, Karl, how are you? And you're not there, you're asleep, and Google's talking.
Let me...
No, only...
Naked ladies.
No.
It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It has to go through the problem hole.
I don't watch University Challenge and go, I want to be like them. I'm going to start reading books. I've accepted... I'm never going to be like them. I can't play along. All I tend to do is I say to Suzanne, right, so every question now, I'm going to have egg as the answer. And I'm hoping that
Has
one
anyone
day...
got a pair of problem balls? Or is it always just...
Because
Hitler had one problem ball, didn't he? But
Well,
could
she just
anyone
sees
ever
if it
have a
works.
pair
She
of
just
problem
plays along,
balls?
and
Is
then
my
I'm saying,
question
oh,
to
it
you.
might be this one, whatever.
I love that, because I remember once, it was about
Depending on the problem.
5 years ago,
So you could have- you could
Carl
have
and Suzanne were
problem
around near
balls
Christmas,
and
and me and
problem
Jane were there. We were playing different parlour games, like charades and that, and then one game, you have to do that thing where you have to beat, and you have to do animals,
He might
and you have to
but if I
go...
went to a doctor and said, I've got a problem hole,
First one is
and the
A,
doctor said, well, let me see
then
it,
B.
and I,
So
you know, he said,
you
well, let me
say
see your problem hole,
aardvark, next
and
one goes
and
beaver, next one goes
hanging
cat.
down in front
It
of my
came to
problem hole was
Karl,
a
he
huge pair of
panicked,
problem balls.
and he went
What would he
egg.
treat first? Is my question.
And he was on air.
He said, right, take your problem jeans off. Right?
So you're sat there watching University Challenge, and on a good night, it's, you know, well-known jeweller of Fabergé, is well-known for his jewel-encrusted wall. Fatty Dumpty is commonly pictured as a living...
Okay, so
Sometimes
It's gonna, if you keep saying the same thing, eventually, it's like a broken watch.
Carpet
always right,
looks
isn't it?
like hay.
I think Steve's right, and I
What
don't
do
know,
you
I haven't
do
read it,
towards
but I imagine
enjoying your
he's
life?
saying it's the next step
don't normally
in
enjoy the thing
convenience
when
with
I'm
technology
doing it.
and
It's
an
after.
interface
It's like
between
that
the
holiday,
human
when I was on
and
You don't enjoy the thing
a
when you're doing it,
research
it's
tool
after.
or
What's an
fun.
example
You
of
know,
not enjoying the thing at
computers
the moment,
went
but
from
you do
being the
after?
size of a room to a thing you can wear on your watch. So the next step may be, you won't forget your laptop, you won't forget your iPod, you won't forget your laptop. It's in there, it's an
I know, but
interface.
it makes us lazy.
Carl, it's not a question of... It's not that Google is now Carl. It looks like Carl, but it's just spammy, you know, little pop-ups about offers you can try and all the cheap holidays here and there.
It's not the man about it. So then you look at it like this.
Jesus.
Look, I see it all the time now.
Go on.
You go, where are you going to someone?
At the time,
And
I
you
wasn't
go, I'm
enjoying
going
it 'cause I'm thinking, when I get
to
back, I'm going to have fleas on
Dorset.
me again.
Now,
When I get a menu given to me in a
I'll
restaurant,
just pop on the sat nav.
I go, right, what am I going to do here?
Now,
Right, well,
that's a start,
when I
isn't
came
it?
here, I thought I'd have some
Okay.
lamb chops.
Let's have
I've
that
got lamb
out with
chops,
me,
great.
okay?
Wonder how much to give you, because I quite
I'm going
fancy
away for the
food.
weekend, Carl.
Now I have
Yeah.
the lamb chops,
you
it
go?
comes with
Dorset.
extra veg. I eat it, I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
The pudding I wanted, it's gone out the
you
window, I've got
getting
no
there?
room for it now.
Carl.
But you enjoyed the
Oh,
lamb
right,
chops. You
yeah,
enjoyed
which,
the lamb chops. You enjoyed.
which way are you
You
going?
can only so get packs.
don't know,
So
what do you
if
want?
you're enjoying all,
Well, just
all
making
your
just
life
making
all
a
the
friendly
time,
chat.
there's
Just,
no
you know,
point in
I'm
regretting
interested in
anything.
geography.
Just greed.
Which way are you
No, but I
going?
was looking forward
Well, I
to
don't know
the
really.
pudding.
I've got a sat nav in my
feed all
car,
the veg.
and I'm
I
getting
was
there. And
enjoying it
what do you
at
mean?
that
What?
point.
Easy,
Then you
isn't it?
take
Well,
the
I'm
pleasure
not.
that you had
I'm not a
at that point.
pigeon.
No, because I
I
wanted the
don't.
pudding.
Well, you got an A
You
to Z.
didn't want to put it, or you had to put it.
Yeah,
No,
it's,
'cause I
yeah,
would
it's
have had it
on a
for the
computer.
sake
Yeah,
of having
so
it.
what's the difference between looking at an A to Z
Yeah,
and
but I don't know what the whinge is
Not
there.
really, no.
You had a lovely meal. You had some
Why?
lovely lamb chops. You
Why is it any
enjoyed the
different?
hour.
Because I've
when
got
I
it
read that they
computer
had like
eye, so I
profiteroles
can
on there,
go
I
along.
thought I
It's
fancied
a bit
couple of
dangerous,
them.
isn't it? It's a bit.
And then
And the
Don't
chances
go to
are
A to Z when you're driving
I'm
along.
Clive, who are you talking to? Because we need to hit the road. We need to get going.
Well, it's just this fucking idiot who wants to know what road I'm sorry. It was a fucking boring thing to ask.
Sorry, who is this twat? Because we really got to
He's a
get going.
fucking dickhead. I think he's an A to Z salesman by the story. I mean,
Just tell him we're using the sat nav because it's the quickest, most efficient way of getting
it's the quickest, most efficient way of doing it.
No, but look what's happened. Would Columbus found America if he had the sat nav. So
Yes,
no,
he didn't put in America. He would have taken it.
He only found it because he got lost.
But then the next time,
Now, if everybody
you'd be enjoying
just
it,
goes,
because you wouldn't have
How
the
would he,
trauma
an undiscovered
of the next
country,
night
be
because
on
you
a
lived through it,
sat-nav?
and now you're just enjoying the lovely spiciness and the sausageness
I
of
just
the
need
sausage.
difference in sat-nav and the map in that regard.
Once you've enjoyed something,
because I've found
it's
some
very
lovely little
difficult
cafes
to
on roads I've
replace
never been on.
what you got from that spicy sausage the first time.
Then why are you looking forward to having another one?
Because let me tell you,
finding a continent
I mean,
I've told you she prepares all the food.
I'm off to discover the unknown world. Where are you going? Right. Well, I don't know yet. It's the unknown world.
Now,
What are you
what she
taking?
normally
Just
does, she makes a big pot
all
of
lazy
curry.
swin, you go.
She goes, what I'll do, I'll pop that in the
I
mixer,
love the
I'll
fact
pop
that
it in
he's
the
so
Thursday
Luddite
bag.
now, he's
It's the
annoyed
same
at the
colour.
sat-nav. I mean,
Now,
you'd
she has it
probably
on
given
Monday.
Columbus a
Yeah,
hard
she loves
time.
it.
Oh, got a compass. Don't you know where north is, you twat?
The chicken was tasty.
I'm looking forward to Thursday.
I just think there's something in being lost.
I'll call her
I
on
never
Thursday
feel
evening.
lost. I just think,
I'll
oh,
go
I've
out
had a
to curry
diversion.
on Monday, so you have it on Thursday.
Because you find new things. I'm forever going down.
Suzanne's asking the French peasant
She
where the...
was expecting to, you know, Columbus.
Oh, what's the most interesting thing you found when lost?
Again,
Like I say, they normally.
So forget
I
the spicy
found a
sausage.
shop that
I've
was
had it,
like a
I've
fancy dress
experienced
shop.
it. So you never
Amazing.
Do you need fancy dress stuff?
Just
You
went
never
to
go out.
Columbus, went and bought a sat-nav, went to Dorset for the weekend.
This is insane. You never go out. Why do you need a fancy dress shop? That sounds like the one thing you would hate is fancy dress.
No, but I like looking at the.
Why are you
they
found
had like a stay helmet in there.
Right, so you found a fancy dress shop. Where are you supposed to be going that you had time to get sidetracked and go in there?
I think I was going to a meeting. I always give myself loads of time because I get lost. I always give myself.
That's too cool.
I'm just saying.
Well, it's just
That's how you find
Now the question is,
little
is it
treats
better to
along the
enjoy
way.
something once
Next time you pass
and
it,
not
or
again,
next time someone
but not
says,
at all?
"Do you know where the fancy dress shop is?"
I had no idea because I was lost. I didn't know where it was.
No, but
That's
normally
not
I
what
was.
I'm going to tell you. Baby cunt, have you got an AZ?
Enjoy
that's
summer
harsh.
or only
Find it
enjoy it
yourself,
once.
please.
You can enjoy things loads of times. That's what a hobby is. A hobby
So,
is enjoying
what have you
things
learned?
over and over again.
You keep going on about all this learning. What have you
What
learned?
have you
I've had loads
learned?
of hobbies in
Okay,
the past.
sum
I
up.
did the dancing,
Sum
I
up
did the boxing.
mankind's
Else have I done?
foray into the future.
But that's
I
what I'm
want
saying, I
this.
soon
This
get
will
bored.
be the introduction
And it's like
to
how
a
you
book
enjoy, you know,
about
I
the
love
future
munchies.
that will then be
But
read
I
in
always
100 years'
enjoy
time and
the
go,
last one.
Carl Pilkington was the
more
most
than-
But that
prophetic
doesn't make
genius
sense. That goes
that's ever
totally
walked
counter
the
to your
earth.
argument.
No, because it's from
These are
one
his
packet.
words from
It's from
2010.
one packet.
What difference does that make? The first one, surely your favourite. Just
Hold
some
on.
predictions.
So
Just
if you
predictions.
love
Just
munchie,
sum it up. Just sum it
I'll
up.
go as a munchie, mate. You go,
I
I'm not gonna
believe.
take
Start off
one
with.
unless
I
can have all
can't
of them,
believe that mankind
particularly
in the
last
future
one.
will. Okay, start off
And
with that
then what?
sentence.
Just have like a top five.
I'd like to have
Well,
them
no,
all,
just
please.
just
Maybe just
well,
predictions.
No, you can't.
predict.
No,
Okay,
you
okay,
have one
yeah.
munchie,
And then a little, and then a little
one,
thing to
and then
remember,
I'll get a
and
taste
remember
of
ye
them,
this.
I'll
So I,
probably
Carl
Well, no,
Pilkington,
they're
predict
my
that in the
munchies,
future
aren't they?
mankind will.
Forget it.
Well, so you'd rather have no
Start off with
munchies
that.
than
Start off
one
with that
munchie.
sentence.
I'll
I've given you that one.
I prefer to go. Do you know what?
All right,
Fancy
I'm Karl.
then.
But why do you
Okay,
why do you enjoy the last
Future.
munchie more than the first?
He's already
Whereas
gone
you
off road.
enjoyed the
It's
first
a
one.
scary
So you know
place.
it's the last one.
Because I'm
But
eating them all in one sitting.
the future's
I'm
gonna
not going, that's
happen.
for Monday, that's for Tuesday, that's for Wednesday.
There's no
Right.
getting away
A
from
packet
that.
of munchies.
Right.
I eat them. There's probably about
your
12 in a
predictions are-
packet.
Okay.
I shove the first
Well,
four in without even thinking what I'm eating.
It's not a sound bite.
It's my
When you
book.
get towards the end, you make them last
Okay.
more.
Good
You
enough.
Think,
bite the top
okay,
of them. You
think
look what's
first,
inside
think,
and you go,
and
I'm
then
liking
then
this.
say it.
But
Okay,
what,
starting
every
from now.
time?
These words
What,
of
every time
wisdom
you
will
buy a
be
packet of munchies,
Yeah.
inscribed
So hold on though, you must
on
enjoy
a wall of a museum
a
one
packet
day.
of munchies regularly then.
Not
Proceed.
as often as you think. They have
I
an
don't
offer
know.
on-
Well, it's not as I
I
think
think
don't
trousers
know. So
are
tell
going to
me
be
how
stopped
often
being
you enjoy a
made.
packet of munchies.
Normally after sort of maybe once a month.
Just because
So,
you see kids
every
now,
month,
they've got
you
pants
look
around their
forward to a
ankles.
packet of munchies.
They're going further
And
and
the
further
same
down.
experience.
Yeah, but at the end,
So I think that's
The
evolution,
only
just
thing
getting
you
rid of
know
the
enjoy,
trouser.
look forward to
It's just
enjoy,
dropping
and it
naturally.
fulfills all those expectations.
That's the evolution
is a
of the trouser, because it's
fucking packet of
dropping
munchies once a
Well, you
month.
see now, you
down
can
the
see
arse.
kids'
Fuck
underpants,
me.
so they're just dropping.
Yeah.
I think they'll get to a point when they just don't bother wearing
What
them
do you
anymore.
think?
Right.
happens?
Prediction 1!
Okay,
That's an amazing one!
They'll stop making trousers in the future. Okay.
Again, you only know the happiness because of the badness.
We're going to get
You
weaker.
can't have a yin and a yang.
Well, I know what
that's
you mean.
already
now.
that's
I
already
agree with you on this
happened.
because it's sort of no good to be handed
used to
it on
say,
a
you know,
plate. I
an
mean,
apple a
just,
day keeps the doctor
just
away.
from my own
Now
experience,
they're saying eat 5
working
fruits.
for some, it does feel better. Because you've got,
So
you've
we've
got
definitely-
pride and
that's evidence.
satisfaction.
You can't argue
I
with that.
generally think it's better
I'd probably
to
put
start
that
a
first
business,
because he goes, right,
struggle,
what's number 2?
go bust, come
So
back,
swap that round.
then
Okay,
win the lottery.
Give them the pants
I
second.
genuinely
believe that?
But you need the mixture, don't you? So you find out what your favourite thing is. It's like a bag of Rebels.
Yeah, but you can't cherish guilt. or shame.
They used to say, pull your trousers up down there, say, put them down, you can.
Like a box of chocolates.
Some Forrest Gump over there, yeah. As I say.
It is, isn't it? There's one or two in there that I don't like.
Like what?
The raisin.
Number 3.
Chocolate. What I'm saying
Metaphorically, what's the...
yeah, well, I'm
Actually name what revel he doesn't like.
Oh, the scholars are now waiting with bated breath when they find this old scroll, and they go,
if you have enough raisins,
Yeah.
you
what
eventually
can number
go, "Do you
3
know what?
be?"
They're not that bad.
What?
And that's the thing in life.
What would you have written to Jim will fix it to fix for you? What would have given you
reckon
pleasure as a kid?
we'll
Dear Jim,
blend
can you fix it for
all
me
our
to do
food.
what?
No, because when I watched him fix it as a kid, they never really lived up to what the kid wanted. Did they?
But what would you have requested?
So I don't think I would, because I think I saw how disappointed most of the kids were. I just think when you think about all the stuff we eat now, cavemen chewing on big lumps of meat. We had wisdom teeth. Now they say take them out, you're not using them. I'm not using them. The food's soft. Sorbet. Because whatever you ask for, you're always going to get a watered down.
But if Jim could fix it for you to
You
do
know,
anything,
everything's soft,
what would
isn't it? When you get an
those
avocado, they say, is it soft? Everyone's squeezing the food before they buy it.
Yeah.
No one wants anything tough.
One thing.
So
Just one
I think
thing.
chewing
Choose one
is a
thing, please.
sort of thing in the past. We haven't got the time to chew. Everyone's like, hurry up, eat that. You don't have to go out for dinner with Ricky. He's like, hurry up. Like, I'm still eating
Well, he
it.
does blend his food, I think. Okay, so blending food, great.
There is no
Okay, you know what? I can make that
I
dream
reckon,
come true
yeah,
for you right now, Brett.
We can just call you Brett from now on.
Not a problem, Brett.
Brett
What else do we do
Pilkington.
now?
It sounds good.
I've
I
done
love the
tea.
fact that it's the Karl bit he wants to replace, not the
trousers.
fucking Pilkington.
I've come up with this idea.
Because
I told my mum and It's dad sort of like that's what I glasses, wanted. but you can
They
live
started
wherever you want to
calling
live.
that, but
What do you mean?
Everything that's real,
Yeah.
you're
So
not
you
looking
said,
at
Mum,
that anymore.
Dad, call me Brett
This
from
is
now on.
really the future.
And they went,
I put this at number 10. This is like...
We're only doing 5, fuck me.
So what you mean is that you look through the glasses and instead of seeing what the real world, you see a tropical
what you want to
paradise.
see. So if you're a young kid and you like the idea of living in the urban ghetto with all graffiti on the walls and that, you can see that.
Yeah, but hold on, are you walking round? Because you'll be bumping into stuff, won't you?
No.
Yeah. Why not?
No, what you mean
to
is
an
that the
old
stuff
fella.
that's there in the real
Where I
world
went,
is
it's
being
made for old
digitally reimagined
Yeah.
in your glasses. So
got chatting with
what
him.
was a nice country
And you
lane
can
is
tell
suddenly
him
now an
it's got
urban
loads of
ghetto.
graffiti on it.
Sure.
Absolutely
Like,
mental, pointless,
well,
whatever
sort
word.
of,
Absolutely
but
one of the
older-
maddest things you've ever said.
Really weird, that one.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could be done.
Jeans.
It will,
I reckon it could be easily
Why
done.
would it be? Okay,
Because
that
it's
last
kinda
one, that's
like
number
he's
4. I've load of bollocks.
And,
So what's number
The
5?
red jeans are twice as much, sir. That's okay, I've got money.
There'll be
it's either
more
that
letters in the
colour or
alphabet.
You can carry it off when you're an old man, and especially with the tan.
Why?
You think, yeah, he's got a few quid.
Because we're running out of words now, aren't we?
No, we're not running out of
No, we
words.
are. We are definitely running out of words.
It's using the letters we've already got and
Yeah.
making new words.
Yeah, we're making, yeah.
No, but we haven't got enough now.
You
Of
can
course
afford
we
yellow
have.
jeans.
Have you
right?
any
Come
idea?
this way.
You could
So
you could
I
have a
got
word
talking
with
to him.
9 L's
it
before you
turns
went
out-
out.
Yeah, and they
He
do
had a,
in Wales and what have you.
cruise
That's because their alphabet is shorter than
Loads
ours.
of money.
They've only
Now,
got something like
I was chatting
24
to him
letters over
for
there.
about
They go mental with the L.
What's one of those jackets?
Now what we do is
Make sure.
we've got 26 letters,
He's wearing red
but
jeans
we are now
and a white
struggling.
shirt.
Yeah, sort of leather
We're not
struggling.
struggling at all.
We are
I know.
how old
I mean,
is
it's a
he?
stupid.
Bos wallets
he's well tanned.
in shampoo. Now there's a word where they've gone, well, we've invented something here. We've got something we're putting in shampoo.
Bos wallets?
Just a shirt.
You just made that up?
No,
They go.
It's picked up. You just went Boswell.
Sorry, my Yeah, but that's a new word because they have to. They come with a new word.
but it's a terrible word.
Why?
Thank you very much at the arch.
Bos wallets.
If you look at his face, you can see a white shirt.
I am not saying a word.
Yeah.
Now this is what I'm saying. So years ago when they came up with all the sensible ingredients, sodium, that sounds all right. Because it sounds like something in it, like an ingredient.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're used to it.
Is this a load of Boswells? Are you winding me up?
No,
Two of
it's
you?
real.
It's real, and that's because 26 letters, we've wasted them. Years ago we went mental with the